large can oaks be? Because that might be a weight problem for the ship.
See, that was what I don't 100% know. I looked it up, and it seems to be about 50 feet tall is going to be a likely thing for this thing. That's why I was asked about how tall the other mast was, so they could get more of a distance.
Mm-hmm. Um, damn. Oak tree. Why am I doing physics today? I just went to D&D, please.
White oak trees are a deciduous species that may reach heights of 100 feet.
So,
Okay, okay, Gilded. So two choices. The first one, you can use that item at its full size and the ship will sink. The second one, you may use that item and the tree will not be as old,
yeah, so
and the ship won't sink.
the goal was to make a tree that was 50 feet tall, and it can be up to the age of the I think it's 20 times my age. So it can be up to 1,200 years old. So wherever on that timeline that a 50-foot tree gets, because I know that they can be bigger, is how big I want to make it. So if it's like a 150-year-old tree is 50 feet tall, then 150 years, and
Yeah, I think that my only problem is the weight of it. I'd say that about your best bet would be to
that's also the reason I'm
be
standing
with
in the
about a
middle of the ship.
30 or 40 feet tree, up to you.
Sure, let's do. Just I want it to be taller than the mast so that Isdom can actually see down. I don't actually expect this to have a great impact on what's going on. Mostly, I just think it's amusing, and I think ideally it'll get him a better angle to see what it is that's coming for us.
Yeah, sure, that is totally acceptable. So, Golden turns into a tree, and from the top of this beautiful tree is them. Um, you see what seems to be a shadow that looks like. How should I describe this? It is basically an ellipse, and there are multiple segments just flowing after it, and that are basically propelling it forward.
Uh, to identify what I need to do, an arcana, a nature, or what
Uh,
type of check?
let's go with nature.
Okay.
You know, wisdom. You could swear that kind of looks like a squid or an octopus, but really, really large. Like really, really large.
I immediately start shouting at the captain or and some of the sailors. By any chance, is there stories of kraken in this area?
What?
Isam climbs down really fast and really spooked, and talks to the first sailor he sees. Is there any chance that there are kraken in these waters?
Kraken. I mean, there was a story about kraken attacks, but those are all myths, right?
I believe we're about to find out that it isn't.
As you guys are basically seeing, going through that, you notice that all around the ship, um, uh, yeah, things start spotting out of the water. And if you guys, let me see if this has been cleared. It has. You guys maybe would like to roll initiative. I don't know.
If something is coming this way, Gelded can actually still see outside of the tree, so he will turn back to being a normal person and not a tree anymore.
I just listed something that may or may not be relevant.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just reduce the Kraken's initiative.
Okay. The
I think
point
you're
is that
thinking of the other
we all
one.
get combat advantage. First turn.
You're thinking of stall tactics, and he's using failed diplomacy.
Yeah, but instead of you all adding two, I can just remove two from mine. But whatever.
Oh, fair.
Kraken is only when initiative modded. And another initiative.
I'm gonna go ahead and reroll.
Killing it with those rolls, Gary.
A 5's better than a 2. Actually, it looks like functionally it's not better than a 2. It's identical to a 2.
Is everybody done adding and stuff? Alright, Loop. So from your current position, you just see this massive kraken get out of the water and start enveloping the ship on outside with his tentacles. Uh, oh, before we begin, I should make this clear. These tentacles are by themselves not a creature. They are part of the kraken. You can attack them, and it will damage the kraken, you think, but not as much as attacking the kraken directly. They
Okay,
do not have a turn, and the kraken can instead use them to use their power, his powers through them.
Okay, my question then would be this: are we allowed to slide them and move them around the ship?
You can slide them into the water. You cannot slide them into the ship.
I meant like, hold on. A better example would be if I were to slide this tentacle over like X amount of squares, like this direction, so it would be closer to this tentacle.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. Well, either way, Lup is going to move to this tentacle here. Oh, hold on. And then he's going to Twisted Eye. So at 19 versus AC, probably not going to hit.
No, that misses.
Unfortunate. That is Lup's turn.
Hannibal.
I was in the hold, so I'm thinking that my first turn is gonna be spent getting up on deck and asking what's going on here, what's the holdup. So probably, realistically, I wouldn't have a first turn.
We called out to you before it was here.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm gonna stick a curse on the Kraken.
Okay.
And Roll20 has reset like 3 times in the last minute. I have no idea. I opened up a new thing and it's acting really badly. Oh god. It's resetting. Just one moment, please. Hopefully it'll hold up so I can finish my turn. Nope, it reset again. Something's wrong.
Do you want to have Isdom go because there's no other monsters between you and Isdom?
Yeah, skip me until it sets up.
All right. Use them.
Alrighty, then. Alright, then I'm gonna send my spirit as far as it'll go up there. So and I'll voice of battle on it. So Theramar versus Will.
Yes, you hit the kraken, and you do notice that your attack is not as effective as you would imagine it to be. As the kraken shrugs off your psychic assault, and you see some part of his skin take on a blackish color as you strike him. like jet black.
Okay. I tell everyone this. I tell everyone this information.
Hannibal.
Okay, hopefully it'll work now. No. Oh my god, I just reset again. It's simple. Move me 3 squares somewhere and hit it with Hellish Rebuke. Just if my macros won't roll, it'll roll.
Hannibal, I have a question for you.
Sorry?
What browser are you using?
I turned it on Chrome.
Okay, is that the one that keeps resetting, or have you tried different browsers?
Chrome was good, and then it started resetting like a madman. Before that, I had it on Mozilla, and that was resetting like every 2 minutes.
No idea.
Me neither. I've never had this happen before.
Okay, so Hannibal, what you want to do?
Just put the curse on it, move me 3 squares, and shoot it with Hellish Rebuke with combat advantage.
Where are you moving to?
Just somewhere. Move me 3 squares so I get my wherever. And I get combat advantage and I get prime shot. So, or maybe, move me somewhere where I get prime shot. So I'm the closest one to it, or tied to closest. So +3 Hellish Rebuke, whatever. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
So Hellish Rebuke, any bonuses? Oh,
I did it.
There you go. Yeah, that's a solid hit on the Kraken as he recoils from the light. It is not particularly effective, but hey, you managed to get a chunk out of the Kraken. You know that this is working at very least.
At least it's working a little. Excellent.
Gilda, your turn.
Alright, so first I think I wanted us to get action points and
Oh, action points. Good
yeah,
point.
and I have a question. Is the ship considered as moving? If I put a zone, would it, move away?
Yeah, maybe. I'm saying maybe because you're saying that it is right now grabbed by tentacles, right?
Oh yeah. So I guess it's staying right there for the moment. Alright. So I am going to move my spirit over there, move myself over there, and let's go with a minor spirits of battle. I'm going to make a fun little zone. 5, 1, 4 and 5, like that. So you can use this one, and as he's too far, as a standard. You know what? I can't think of anything as a standard, so I'll just move my companion the second time, and that's all.
Alright, the Kraken's turn. The Kraken does not respect your companion at all, as his spectral form does not seem to interest it in the slightest. So you get on the way. So.
Alright. This no need. 22 versus reflex.
Yeah, that hits. Wait, reflex. And we are playing this episode. No, that misses actually.
Alright.
So, Kraken, moving along. He rams into the ship, and you notice his tentacles all around the ship start squeezing as he brings on other 2 large tentacles and tries to attack the party with it. First against the ship. Yeah, that hits the ship. As you see the ship starting to get corrupt, and you hear the wood creaking under these Kraken's tentacles. It's a Kraken. So, if nobody's going to stop him, he's going to continue. And the first attack, he doesn't know what your Hellish Rebuke does, so he's going for you animal since you attacked him. And the second one is going to be for Wisdom.
All right.
So, Animal, I assume that misses you.
I have no idea since it reset again. My AC is effectively 30 right now.
Yeah, that misses you. I assume that hits you, Wisdom. For 33 versus hit, you take 17 points of damage and you are grabbed, and this macro is broken.
Who'd that hit again?
Wisdom.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where is the crab? There you go. Okay. What else is he gonna do? Since he's here, you notice him taking his tentacles off of the way and reveal his mouth, and he's going to take a shot at Ophelia. Oh my god.
Okay.
For 20 versus your fortitude?
That's... Does it have any elemental cover? Probably not, so yeah, that's a hit.
So you take 18 points of damage and you are blinded, Savens, as this goose starts seeking into you and into your face and stops you from seeing. And the Kraken is going to action point at, and you see him start splashing his tentacles all around the water, creating a new zone.
Aaron, could I reacted to that blind?
Yes?
It's a divine spell, so it might trigger something, but Shield of Devotion.
Okay, you can do that, but this is very ungrateful for you. As you call on to the divine power within, you notice that all of a sudden, as you are healing Ophelia, the power starts burning you, and you are covered in necrotic fire and take 5 necrotic damage.
Alright, so Ophelia gets 5 hit points and can make a saving throw. Yep. And is no longer blinded.
That zone is basically covered in waves. That's it for the Kraken, and Ophelia, it's your turn.
I take 5 damage and I'm slid 2 squares.
You are going to be slid into... No, actually, you're where you are. You're good. Just take 5 damage.
Okay, I took my 5 damage. I'll then... Wait, I asked a question that you didn't answer. If I use an AoE attack to hit both his tentacle and himself, how does damage work?
You'll get extra damage, just not as much as, you know, full damage.
Okay. I'll move somewhere like here with a move action.
Okay,
That-
as you do that, you notice one thing very clearly. This is a Kraken, so it obviously has threatening reach.
Oh well.
Um, and he completely maces you as he just throws
That
one
reach
tentacle
isn't
away.
very threatening.
So,
I'll
okay.
use a minor action.
Mhm.
I will then charge with Guidance of the Past on Kraken himself.
Okay.
And that's probably a hit.
Yeah, that's. Let's just say it's a hit, but
Well, unless it's a crit.
is it a daze though? That's the real question.
It's not this.
It is not for 28 points of radiant damage.
And put a red blob into him.
Okay.
Then I will action point. I will use Guidance of the Past. Oh wait, I forgot. I'll use this, so he takes 6 more damage.
6. Okay.
I will then use Guidance of the Past again. And that 6 is on Kraken. Well, unless I roll better on the second time. And I'll use Roaring Storm of Kenya on Kraken and his tentacle, right above me,
Okay.
on the two of them. Oh, does 23 hit his first set?
Miss and a miss.
I will reroll the 23. Fortunately, since it's Guidance of the Past, I get to reroll it twice.
Wait, you get to reroll it twice? Not sure if
Yes.
that is true.
I believe this was discussed and we said roll twice, so it's 29. The Kraken.
I'm not sure you can roll it twice, but I don't think it matters because the first roll is a 26, right? No, but I'll take the 29 and discuss this later because I don't want to have this discussion right now. Yeah, that hits
Well,
33 damage.
Half damage on the tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
I can slide the tentacle free. Does anyone want to slide?
You
Oh,
can get
they
them
can move it
closer.
away,
If you can get them
all the
closer
better.
together, then I can zone them both. So maybe towards the Kraken.
Slide the tentacle here.
Okay.
Can I prone the Kraken? Probably not, but asking is worth it. Oh yeah, he's prone. And that's it for my turn.
Gelded.
First thing I'm gonna do is move to here. Am I outside of his threatening reach?
Yes.
Okay. Second thing I'm gonna do is Mantle of Unity. So what I need to know is if you have a defense that is higher than this, I need for you to type it into chat. So if you have an AC that's higher than 27, you need to type your AC into chat. If you have a fortitude that's higher than 23, type your fortitude into chat. If you have a reflex that's higher than 19, and type your reflex into chat. And if you have a will that's higher than 23, type your will into chat.
What if they tie? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter if it's a tie.
Okay.
Move along with your turn while you're doing that, Gelded.
The only thing I'm going to do is going to do a staggering note on Ophelia. Or, well, a staggering note on the Kraken, and then give it to Ophelia.
From there, the Kraken has cover from you, and he's prone. Because he's prone.
Okay. Didn't think he would have. I assume since he was such a big guy wrapped around the ship that he wouldn't have come.
Yeah,
in
but
with-
he.
You
I mean,
have
I
combat
imagine the
advantage
Kraken
because
being-
of secret,
I
so it
imagine-
kinda cancels out.
Yeah, you have combat advantage, so he's not immune to fear.
Yeah, so -2.
And +1 from the zone.
Basically, as I imagine, the Kraken prone is basically him swinging around all tilted on the water. At least that's what I imagine.
22 versus will.
22 versus will, that will miss.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, special things turn. The storm, when the storm is hitting your ship as the tentacles are basically destroying part of it and attacking the party. And you see that you guys are climbing a particularly huge wave. So basically give me any skill you wish as a justification for why you are not starting to slide downwards as the ship is climbing this huge wave.
Well, I'm grabbed, so I doubt I can do anything.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to worry about that.
In what order do we say still justification?
It doesn't matter. Ophelia, go.
Well, I did spend my time getting around the ship, so I probably can react quickly to that and find this and basically use the worked out reaction to find something to grab as quickly as I can. Something like acrobatics.
Sure, go. You grab one swiftly and suffer no penalties. Next. Wisdom. No, Wisdom doesn't need to. Gilded, sorry.
Gelded will see the sailors kind of going around, and he'll turn towards one of them and snap at him and say, "Alright, boy, you gotta make sure I stay put. I'm casting here, keeping that thing at bay. Here, grab onto this." And then he sort of like gestures for his shield for the sailor to hold on to. So he's trying to intimidate the sailor into helping him batten down.
Yeah, sure, go. You know, the Kraken is scary, but you're also quite a bit scary, so he's going to say... He looks at you, looks at the Kraken... yeah, sure, I'm with you. I'm with you, boss. Just tell me what to do, and that's it. Hannibal.
Okay, I'm going to make a... Try and make a quick knot, like I've seen the sailors do, like to keep me in place. Or that's not going to work since I'm going teleporting all the time. Well, the thing is, I can teleport, so it's not a huge issue. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make an acrobatics check just to keep my balance.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you got my roll, since roll 20 reset it this time. Go to somebody else, I'll roll it when it comes back.
Okay. Look.
The crazy ship things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lup. I guess. I don't know. Endurance. Lup would try to like maintain his ability to stand. Oh, hold on. Sorry. He'll try and maintain his balance using his like legs. So endurance, if that works.
Yeah. Dimitri, you're okay for the time being, and Lup, you're also okay for the time being. Nobody suffered anything special on this part. And Lup, it's your turn.
Alright, so seeing this crazy Kraken like pop out of the water, or not pop out of the water, but ram the ship, Lup is going to turn and he's going to shift one. That. And then he is going to, I just realized I'm not quite far enough to reach that. So instead I'm going to move here and provoke from the tentacle I just left.
Okay, the Kraken is going to take that. So he's prone.
What?
But he still has that bonus. So I do believe that hits 11 damage and you're grabbed by that tentacle, so go back there.
It just deals 11 damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't say grab in the macro is what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. I use the same macro and it's broken. It's worked.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, that was unfortunate. Not what I planned to do. So in that case, I'm going to hit this tentacle then. Conduct a defense. So I run my hand along with my flail and lightning begins to dance across it, more so than normal. And I'm going to try and hit this tentacle. .33 versus reflex.
33 versus reflex hits the tentacle, and you do notice that he does take a good chunk of damage from that lightning.
Alright, so I'm going to slide him back this way.
Okay, the tentacle slides.
Does that mean he lets go of me now?
No.
Wait, what?
These tentacles have range 3, just like the large one.
Oh, so it does say melee 3. Whoops, didn't notice that before. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. In that case, I won't slide him there. I will slide him here.
Okay.
My bad. I didn't realize that said melee 3. And, that'll be Lup's turn.
All right. Use them.
Question: who's grabbing me exactly? The Kraken itself?
The Kraken itself, yes.
Okay, good to know. Oh, okay. Since I'm gonna try to escape as a move action.
Okay. By the way, take 5 damage as you start on the zone.
Oh yeah, I'll take it as soon as I roll the acrobatics.
That is not good enough. And the
So
Kraken is actually going to slide you here at the start of your turn, so.
that's my move action. I'm gonna move Vinny. And I'm going to use this. Does 20 hit its fortitude?
8 does not.
1 second.
I'll give you this right away. Fortitude is his strongest defense.
Does that 32 hit its
Yes.
fortitude? And 27 on the tentacle. It's burst 2.
27 on the tentacle. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so damage. Of course, it'd be minimal damage. Okay. 13 damage to both, and they're both save ends. Ophida, would you mind if I slid him back or no?
I want him adjacent.
Okay, then I'll.
The Kraken would be dazed, but you notice he's straight. As you look into his eyes, and you see almost as if he was ever changing. Like his expression cannot stay the same. Where is this?
That tentacle goes over there.
Don't move it. Don't move it. Leave it there.
The tentacle?
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
And it resets again.
This Kraken's certainly something else. I'm done, by the way.
All right, Hannibal.
So quickly, first I'm gonna put down feast. Oh no, I'm not gonna put anything down. It's resetting.
First, you will take 5 points of damage, and you will be slid adjacent to the Kraken.
I've taken 5. The Kraken takes 20 from my
Hellish Rebuke?
Hellish Rebuke, yeah, Radiant as well. As soon as this happens, nope, it's not. Drop me down. Drop me
Aaron,
down,
I had
and I'll jump in when I get a stable connection.
Aaron, I have a question with my conductive defense.
Sure.
Since it's all the tentacles are connected to the Kraken, would that mean whenever the Kraken attacks somebody
No.
in any form?
But the tentacle will take damage, and so the Kraken will take a little bit of that damage.
Okay, so it only works when the tentacle attacks people, other people.
Yes.
Okay.
Gilder.
Alright. What's that weird... that's the zone.
Yeah, Shrieking
Right.
Green Spirits, I believe.
Then I am going to move my secret over. Then gather shouldn't Yeah, I'm going to move my secret over there. And since he has -2 to defenses, let's go with Cold of the to the Blood Dancer. I have +4 at the moment. He's not gonna need. Oh my god, 21 versus Will?
Are you counting the minus 2 defenses?
No.
So let me do the math. Are you forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
So
I
that
think-
unfortunately misses.
Oh, and it would be so good.
I'm gonna go ahead and react to the miss.
Well, go ahead.
So it is melee spirit, so rhyme with bloodsinking blade.
Oh, sorry. Did you ask something? Gary?
I didn't ask anything. I just was.
Yeah, that
I was
hits,
trying to
so
figure out
that
what the
makes-
defenses were.
And that makes him hit as well.
Okay.
Yay.
So he takes 11 points of damage from me as I chuck my shield at it. Distract it so the spirit can get a blow in.
And the spirit dealt how much?
19. And until the end of my next turn, any ally can score a critical hit on a roll of 18 to 18 to 12, 20,
Mhm.
while adjacent to my spirit, and gains a +4 to damage rolls.
Those 4 damage rolls. Alright. Is that it, Gildan?
No, I think I'm going to action point. And should I do that or that?
Sorry, I forgot that earlier.
To
Oh.
check that you're a winner?
Yeah, I'm
No.
a winner. I'm not going to make another damage rolls. Alright, let's try this thing. Iron Breaker Claws with plus. Actually, I have to check one thing. How is it called? Alright, let's assume I have +2 and +3. Alright, and 24 versus 26 actually versus reflex since counting the -2 to defenses.
26 versus reflex. Are you counting the minus 2 to defenses?
Yes.
That will still hit.
Yay. Okay, so he takes 14 damage, and Ophelia can attack him and get +4
How many bonuses do I have in total? 5 to attack and 4 to damage, I think.
yeah, and combat advantage.
Yeah, I know about combat damage.
That certainly hits. You guys are doing a good work on this Kraken as he's suffering more and more damage.
Alright, and I could heal someone, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet. Alright, that's all.
Alright.
Okay,
Next.
so I drew my zone Feast of Souls that I dropped. I probably hit the tentacle with 33. I missed the Kraken with 18 versus Will, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the tentacle takes 20 radiant.
You see the tentacle disappear below the water as he retreats.
Okay, excellent. And I mean, it was dazed, so it disappears slowly. But you know, whatever.
You see it bubble a bit as he's going into the water.
It's fine. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'd action point, but nothing is cooperating, so whatever. Yeah, if the Kraken starts its turn in my thing, which it will next turn, I guess, it takes this much damage.
How much?
I rolled, but I don't know if you caught that. So if somebody wants to go into my macros and roll FOS zone or on Hannibal FOS zone, it's the second thing in the third row.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any bonuses?
No, it's straight. It's everything should be in there.
19. Okay, so the Kraken starts his turn and takes 19 points of damage.
Excellent, and I'm done. And I'm gonna Google what the fuck is going on.
I need to be knowing to check something else out.
We also need more boxes. Does anyone have any colored boxes?
I don't think you're quite right about that, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the Kraken is going to begin by standing up, because being prone sucks. He's then going to try to attack. He's still going to target the ship, and you notice that the ship is starting to bend and break as the Kraken deals more and more damage to it. He... let's just roll it for the damage. The attack is meaningless. Okay. And he's going to attack. He already has his grabbed. No reason to grab him. Let's go for Ophelia and Hannibal. Oh, right. I believe that misses. And it was
I
incorrect
will still
anyways.
react that.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I'll shift here into the spirit.
Okay. Is the spirit at ground level or not, Gilda?
I guess it was not.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let it slide this time around. And the second one is against Hannibal. I believe that still hits Hannibal. Actually, it should be 2 less than this, so 32 versus AC.
It hits. It hits. Hold on. 27, concealment 29. I didn't curse, but I have that. Yeah, it hits. It hits.
Okay, so take 20 points of damage.
I will just as soon as I get back.
You then see him focusing on the 3 people grab that he had. That's Hannibal, Wisdom, and Loop, and you see his tentacles begin to squeeze. So each of you will take 10 points of damage, and that's it for the Kraken. Ophelia, your turn.
He still has the -2 defenses, correct?
Yes. Wait, I forgot to. Is it savings? I should have made the savings.
Oh, and he takes 4 damage because he enters adjacent to me.
Okay.
And the red blob disappeared from him because he ended his turn there. And then I'll use Well of Light on him.
Hannibal, did you take the total of 30 points of damage?
He is. I assume that he is not because of shenanigans.
Yeah. That is fair enough.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I did have a question whenever you get a second, though. Miguel,
That probably
Yes.
does destroying the tentacle count as reducing something to 0?
Well, we'll say yes. No.
Okay, so I'll give Hannibal 6 temps, so he only has to take 24 damage.
And that's it for me.
Alright, Gelded, it's your turn.
So, what is Hannibal's health minus 24?
Health minus 24. He has 72 right now, so it's 72 minus 24.
I'll adjust it for you.
48. 48, yeah.
Okay, so not bloodied yet.
No.
He will pull out one of the squirrels from his cage, which one I will say in a minute, and then he is going to split the squirrel down the middle and wrap its entrails around the shield as he begins to twist fortune. And then I'm going to hit the correct button and staggering note onto the Kraken. So it should. I'm a little lost at all the bonuses here, but the +4 bonus previously it was only to Ophelia, right? When you granted the attack.
Yeah. Yes.
25. Did you count a combat advantage?
Yes, I did.
Yes, it hits.
Okay, so 13 damage, and Ophelia, you can go ahead and swing.
Does it-
Mikhail,
wait,
Aaron, I have a question.
Go.
He has vulnerability 3 against my attacks from my encounter power. Should I include it or will you do it?
Include it, please.
Okay. I have +1 tap.
$27. Yeah, you guys are doing a number on this guy.
That's minimum damage.
Anything else, Kelvin?
I feel like I should do something else, but I don't think I really have anything. Oh no, I've already, I can't see, how's your health doing, Yizdom?
One about bloodied.
Okay, I'll toss a, majestic word to Yizdom.
Okay.
So surge +8, and you can slide a square, and make a saving throw. And Gilded's done.
Wait, can I slide while grabbed?
Yes.
I can't slide you while grabbed. Actually,
Okay.
I've got my thing on. I'm gonna go ahead and action point. What the hell? Why bother? There's a lot of people grabbed. I don't like this whole grab thing. So I'm gonna action point, and then I'm going to timeless trek on the squid.
Okay.
21 versus will, I assume misses.
That will miss, unfortunately. Oh, but it's this one. Oh, interesting. All right.
So hang on. I'm going to burn a surge, and I will get an extra 5 to that. So it'll be 26 versus will.
That will hit, but that's only for... Oh, it's radiant? I thought it was psychic damage. Okay.
It is psychic damage. If I crit, it's radiant damage.
Oh, okay. So here are the bad news. Your psychic attack really doesn't do much to him. But, poof, he and his tentacles just disappear.
And so Gelda will look around. All right, folks, take a breather. It'll be back in just a second. And then he'll be done.
Since he went away, I'm free, right?
Yes. Everybody who is grabbed is no longer grabbed.
Mantle of Unity falls.
Do keep in mind that the zone that he created is still magically in there.
Oh, hopefully he has to sustain it.
He does not, unfortunately. Okay. Event. It's event time. Oh, the event I had for now does not work, so let's go for another event. A lightning struck, a ray of lightning strikes the mast and shatters it to pieces, and pieces of rock starts falling all over the party. What are you doing to avoid this threat?
I assume we're starting with whoever's in initiative right now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that actually works
Oh.
perfectly. I can do it in initiative this time. Look,
Alright, Lup, using his crazy strong frog legs, is going to, like, essentially kick off of the side of the ship towards the the center of the ship, and every time he sees a sizable something surface, he's going to essentially ping-pong himself, or, like, pinball himself around the ship and dodge all of the splinters.
okay, go ahead. I imagine that is in athletics.
Yes.
You're a good chief. Use them.
Okay, Isdom is going to pray to the spirits first and start to and pray for them to assist his eyesight in watching each and every crumb that comes his way to dodge it as best as he can. So a perception check on this.
I normally would not allow speak with the spirits, but since Gelda did banish the Kraken, you can fly with it. Ow!
Good thing I did to speak with the spirits. That's a 20. That's a 21.
That's not good enough to beat hard DC, which is what you needed for this part. As a piece still doesn't fall directly on top of you, but still manages to tap you on your side. You lose basically one healing surge worth of damage.
How many?
One healing surge worth of damage. Gilda.
Alright, so considering that this whole zone is my spirits, I think I'm going to talk to them and tell them to, show everybody the, guide them through the debris to, not get stomped upon. So the speak with spirits and nature, I guess, because they are helping us. 25.
25. You're wait. Did you count the bonus?
Yes.
I think you're off by one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So Gilda, yeah, I mean your spirits almost did a perfect job, and you're basically wiping your brow of sweat as you see all too late that one is still flying straight into your head and whops you for a healing surge worth of damage.
Alright.
It's a damage of a healing surge, not the healing surge last effect. It's not cool.
Right.
Hannibal.
Okay, can I quickly look around and ascertain, are the sailors managing to avoid the debris?
The sailors are doing very famously, to be honest.
Really? Excellent. Then I would like to see what they're doing and do the same thing.
No. I said they aren't doing very famously.
Oh, aren't doing? Okay.
I mean, they are sailors, not Kraken fighters.
I understand this. I was talking about avoiding the falling debris.
Yeah.
So still not doing famously, even with that. You know what? Can I just steel myself against it? Say, just hunker down and endure it.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
this
at
is
me,
gonna hit
debris.
me. I might have to go take it like a man, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
And
spread
you
your
will-
arms wide.
You will get an endurance roll just as soon as my damn thing resets.
Fair enough. Ophelia, you see Hannibal man it up.
Since I'm currently not preoccupied with fighting anything, I believe I can just focus on blasting away the pieces of debris that are flying my way with pretty much raw arcane power. Would that be intimidate?
Raw arcane power is not intimidate, especially on pieces of wood.
I just saw many DMs handle this intimidate. In that case, can I just dodge them?
Sure. Fuck. Is that the real role, Dimitri? Like, so, Dimitri, you steal yourself for while you see Ophelia gracefully moving through through the falling debris. You just lose focus for a bit too much as you get bumped in the head, and it hurts really badly, so badly that you lose your footing and you lose one healing surge. You are knocked prone and you're dazed.
Lose a healing surge or lose a healing surge worth of health.
One healing surge worth of health, yeah. Gelded.
So Gelded sees that there's things coming. He's standing right next to the main mast. He's going to take his... He's mostly casting through his pike shield, so he's going to take his triple-headed flail and wrap it around the base of the mast. Just like lash it on real quick, not tie it or anything. Just get it to dig into the wood a little bit, and then he's going to hunker up down next to the mast and put the shield directly above his head to to ward off things that are coming his way. So it's going to be a endurance check.
Sure.
Man, rolling a 2.
You both learned the hard way that trying
Hang
to
on one
resist
second. One second. I need to see if I can fortune it. I think it only is for attack rolls. Attack roll or saving throw. Never mind. Carry on.
So, unfortunately for you, you learned the Hannibal lesson that is trying to resist the falling mass is probably not the best idea in the world. You take, you lose one healing surge worth of value, and you are prone but not dazed. And we are back to the full turns, guys. You have a rest provided by Galded. Move along.
Gate, you're muted.
Wait, what am I doing? I heard we have a
Our full
rest.
turn.
You have a momentary
Oh.
rest, not a short rest.
Oh, whoops.
You have a round free where you're not being grabbed to do something.
Okay, well. Okay, I'm gonna move to, you know, up towards Hannibal. I did have a question, Aaron. Bullywugs have Swamp Walk. Did I ignore the difficult terrain portion of this zone then, since it's made from water?
Swamp Walk is not Water Walk. But you know what? I'm feeling generous. Why don't you roll me a d20?
Alright. Nice.
Yep, you totally are okay with ignoring the difficult terrain.
Sweet. So I'm gonna move to there then, and
Actually, apparently I was not generous at all.
I was gonna say, yeah, I imagine
Apparently
it's
I was
just
not
waves crashing up on the deck, creating
Yeah.
a slick surface of shallow waters. So anyway, I'm gonna move to there, and I'm going to sorry, I'm gonna move to here, and I'm going to Second Wind. And that'll be Lup.
Wait, how did Yes recover that HP? Did anybody heal him? Maybe.
I healed him.
Maybe.
Hilda did.
Yes, your turn.
Okay, at the start of turn, minor action to recall my spirit. Gallet get 5 temps. And then actually no, I'm not gonna call him there. Sorry, Gallet. Gotta call him that to Ophelia. Ophelia 5 temps. And I'm gonna use Healing Spirit. Focus on Hannibal. Ophelia, you get 7 extra HP, and you both get to make a save if you need to.
Do I need to make a save against the daze?
No, it's end of your turn.
Do you have Superior Will? Because theoretically, you can make a save because of Superior Will.
That's not how Superior Will works.
No? Okay.
Superior Will specifically says it has to be, you make one at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
No, true enough. Okay, good to know. I should heal them, so that's good. And I'm going to ready action Spirit Infusion on Ophelia.
Wait, ready action?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your trigger?
As soon as the thing comes back.
Okay.
Killed him.
Alright, so I'm kind of sad that my crit damage will, you know, go away. But what to do? I think I would yeah, move Secret over there and Healing Spirit on myself. So I get a search. Hannibal gets 8 hit points, or yeah, Hannibal gets 8 hit points, and both Gelded and Hannibal gets 5 temporary hit points.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And what else can I actually do? Not that, not that. Mm. uh, and I guess I will just move speed back.
I would say, one of the things that Gelda is going to say is to help the sailors kind of get their shit together and make sure that, because the ship was taking damage, right? So we might
Yes.
be able to help prevent some of the damage that's going out of the ship before when the Kraken
Yes,
comes back.
you totally can do that. Yes.
Alright, so I think how to do that? I have a standard, so that will be of course standard. And I think since I kind of can make myself with my Hamadryad aspects into wood. I have wooden form or something like that. I'd like to pretty much reinforce the wood of the ship instead of reinforcing myself. Like pour my shamanic
Sure.
natural magic into the
What
ship.
kind of action are you spending?
Standard
Okay.
and nature.
Yep,
Pretty much.
you do a pretty good job of reinforcing the ship's wood. And you do notice that some of the parts that are beginning to crack are mend a bit with your powers.
Right. And that's all.
Hannibal.
I second winded. Oh, but I have full action, right? Okay, excellent. I can second wind.
You are dazed.
Oh, right. Okay, then I second wind and that.
Kraken pops
I'm
out at the beginning of his turn, and you notice that he's not only did he seem to suffer a lot from this transition, you notice that as you beat more and more to it, his skin is turning more and more jet black. And at this point, I think he has to have something ready.
Spirit infusion, go.
is the
Alright, return. Sorry, kind of lagged there for some reason. Go to town, Celia.
I just got a timeout from to the
I
connection
have
to roll
combat
20.
advantage. Oh no, I don't have combat advantage.
It totally died.
Yeah, sorry, I can't call it back.
34 points of damage. Yeah, his skin is almost entirely jet black by now. But it seems he still will get to do this turn at least. Oh, and I should recall the tentacles as well.
Did he
Wait,
come back
doesn't
at the
get-
start of his turn?
Doesn't get damaged by the zone.
Yes, he did come at the start of his turn, and he did look even more damaged than before that.
So did he take damage from the zone?
No, he did not. Give me the zone damage because I think he entered the zone, even though he didn't start his turn on it.
Yeah. I was saying he
Right.
either entered it or he started his turn there. One of the two is true.
I rolled it.
Yeah, he doesn't have much to do right now, so he is going to squeeze the ship, or try to at the very least.
Does he have to attack the ship again and re-grab hold of it?
Yes.
Good.
That is enough, unfortunately. The ship is grabbed and takes some damage. But you do notice that thanks to the reinforcement, at least it's not that much damage.
I can't grant an attack to the ship, can I?
I can't take.
Grant an
I
attack
can't.
to the ship.
I can't lightning rush
no.
to take the attack for the ship, can I?
I mean, can he?
I mean, the target line says one vehicle, and I assume Lightning Rush means, like, you have to be a legal target for the attack to change to you.
That's
Uh,
not actually true.
I was just
yeah.
assuming
No,
that.
no,
I don't know for
that
sure.
is not true. I mean, by rules that would be specific. I wouldn't like it, but let's try to get the compromise. If you go Lightning Rush and hit it, I'll reduce the damage by a lot.
Alright, fine. I will roll Lightning Rush and Augment too.
Or you can maybe even prone him to make him miss.
That's also
Since
true.
I doubt 19 would hit.
Do Lightning Rush Augment 1 instead of Augment 2.
Oh yeah, duh, good point. $28 versus AC.
28 versus AC. That's the real question. 28 versus AC is a hit.
Woo! So I'm gonna knock him prone, and he gets a -2 on top of that.
Oh, okay. So that misses the ship, and he's kind of sad about that shit. And he's going to continue his flurry by attacking the rest of the party. This is going to be against a Yesdem and Ophelia.
Is this a burst?
No, it's 2 melee attacks. I mean, I think it's more awesome to think that while he was taking to grab hold of the ship, the bullywug just jumped in there and slammed the tentacle away. I think that's much more awesome. But that's
Sounds
to
better.
you guys. So against Ophelia first. No, against Isden first. Where do I have my... Oh, there it is. 31 versus AC Isden.
That hits. He
60.
really doesn't like me, does he?
He doesn't. 16 points of damage and you're grabbed. And Ophelia? I believe
That's a
that
miss.
misses you. And you know what? Use them.
Oh crap.
Since he has you grabbed, he's going to start dragging you towards the depths.
Wait, he's gonna move away?
No, he's sliding Wisdom off the ship.
Oh.
Yisdom,
Take 13 points of
F
damage.
word.
do you only have, I assume all of your at-wills are based on your spirit companion, and you have no way to get your spirit companion back, correct?
Repeat that, cause you sounded so low I couldn't hear you.
All of your at-wills are based on your spirit companion, and you don't have a way to summon your spirit companion, correct?
I have ways, but not right now.
Well, you currently have no way to get it at this exact moment.
No, I don't.
Okay, then I can do nothing for you.
And he's going to squeeze you real hard, Wisdom. So take 10 points of damage. And that's it for the Kraken. Ophelia.
I will use my encounter power again, since I have 2 uses of it.
Quick question. Is that thing bloodied yet?
I will reroll that.
Yes, you should reroll that.
That's 32, I believe.
Okay, so as you hit the octopus, first things first, Wisdom, you're let go in the middle of the ocean. As you see the Kraken flying into rage and turning completely jet black. He's now bloodied, by the way. Oh, that's not what I intended to do.
I was gonna say, hey guys, I think he's bloodied.
But these tentacles are gonna disappear. Give me a second. Ugh. This is what happens when you don't TM for a long time.
My zone.
I meteors don't disappear, my bad. Give me a second.
Too many boxes.
Control Z. Control Z.
Okay, and now I actually don't have a different token for this guy, but I'm going to make it a little a little shit hard. Where is this?
Are you gonna do the color the whole token thing?
Yeah. but I had forgotten it's now on the token stuff. Dark. Well, it's almost the same. Just pretend it's jet black, okay, guys? Trust me on this one. And he's no longer prone, and you see him just. This is basically cinematic, like, but you see him just going off the ship and returning onto the ship full speed and ram into it and climb a bit on top of the ship.
All right, question. So the fact that he just moved away, does that provoke opportunity?
Not really. No. It's
Dang
just for
it.
cinematic. It's just... If you want, I can just say he stays there and he just changes form. That's
Okay.
not nearly as cool, right?
Well, I mean, if he's moving away, I have a way to stop him from ramming the ship.
I don't think you do because you already used your reaction.
I have an opportunity action though.
Uh,
I can prone on ops, so that was why I was asking.
eh. So yeah, if you want to be that way, he just stays there and somehow climbs into the top of the ship. Very less cool.
All right, that's cool. I mean, it's whatever. I didn't want to ruin your moment. I was just asking because it says like he moves away, and I'm like, hey, opportunity.
So where do I have this? Yeah. Oh, I already did it. Okay. And you see that all of his tentacles retract and let their victims. Ism, you're now on the water.
I'm now on the water?
Yes.
Oh, crap.
And you see that he moves to the front, 6 very large tentacles, and he opens them all up and sprays on all of you guys. So this is going to be a close blast 4. Like this.
Blaster. Oh,
So if you get hit, you'll take 33 necrotic damage and ongoing 10. If you get missed, half damage and ongoing 5. As he just spits this wave of black and green muckers into all of you. So, to hit, add 3 to each of these rolls, please.
Add what? Sorry?
Add 3 to each of his rolls.
Yeah. So 21 versus reflex on you, Holywork.
That's a miss.
23 versus reflex on Ophelia. Crit fail on Hannibal, and 23
spot
versus
on.
reflex on Gelded.
Aaron, I have a question.
Yes?
Does he have any interaction with that ongoing? Do I have to mark it if I have resist necrotic 10?
No, he does not have an interaction. You cannot mark it if you wish to.
Okay.
Don't forget that if you got miss, it's half damage.
I'm still grabbed down in the depths.
No, you're not
I've
grabbed.
got you.
Okay.
I've got you, Wisdom. Just chill.
Forgive me if I'm a little ecstatic and not liking being on the water.
No, about those 6 tentacles. He's going to unleash them all into a fury into you, as he's no longer trying to grab you, but just outright smash you in the ship.
Crap.
So let's go the first one on Wisdom, because why not? He's on the water. He has bonus on the water. For 18 points of damage and 5 necrotic Wisdom.
Okay, I take the 18.
The second one is going to be on Ophelia.
I resist the 5 necrotic, and you activate my ability.
Okay.
I have the
I will react to
hope
that.
down, so as soon as it necrotic magic, I gain, where is it? Aha! I gain temporary hit points equal to my level plus wisdom modifier.
Nice.
I will react. Camille basic attack. I don't think I have combat advantage. Can you please remove the prone from him since it's not relevant anymore?
Sorry, my bad. Oh my god, I
This is probably a hit.
Yes, that is a hit. And don't forget that he's also bloodied, even though I forgot to mark it. Alright, continuing with his wave of attacks, he's going to attack Hannibal. For 28 versus AC, Hannibal?
I'm not certain. I have to figure it out, but probably yes, since I'm prone. Yeah, probably. So
And the
70
prone is included.
Yeah. Oh, included.
Yeah.
Then I have 24, 25, 28 exactly.
Then he's going to try to go on the Bullywug. 27 versus AC?
Are you using the correct macro, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I did not use the correct macro. Well, whatever. It's almost the same thing. It should be an extra 5 necrotic damage, but whatever. Sorry
That
about
versus Hannibal or me?
you.
Luck. Oh, that was versus me. 27 will hit.
Okay. 18 damage, 5 necrotic. And he's going to attack Wisdom again.
Hey, Lup, you have conductive defenses at will, right?
Yes. I just haven't had a chance to hit with it. And by the way, I lied. Sorry, Aaron. I missed because I haven't had my turn since I second winded.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a attack against him as a interrupt to him attacking Lup.
Okay.
If you get me killed, we're going to have
34
problems.
versus reflex.
Yep, that hits. 13 damage.
So Lup, please use conductive defense on him as a free action.
All right.
By the way, Geld deals 17 because he's in close to secret, and you know, this is not more.
27 versus reflex on the Kraken, Aaron.
27 versus reflex. That certainly hits.
So
I'll take it.
9 lightning, and
Wait.
he takes 5 more lightning
You
for
do
every time he
notice
attacks an
that
ally.
the lightning is pretty effective, and that effect is now ongoing.
And I knock him prone.
Oh, you knock him prone? Why do you knock him prone? Do you have a
'Cause
flail
I
or
have-
something?
I have the flail thing going.
Yeah, okay.
Camille, what were you trying to say? I'm sorry.
If you're adjacent to secret, which you were, you deal 4 more damage to bloodied creatures.
Gotcha. So 4 more damage, please.
Okay, 4 more damage. Actually, with all of those, you see one of his tentacles just get out of his body and go into the water. So he only has 1 attack left after Wisdom, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this was actually the last attack. So Wisdom, does a 32 hit you?
Yes, it does, and I'm dead.
You know,
He
you're
takes 5 more
unconscious.
lightning
Well,
damage.
I'm unconscious actually. Sorry.
On the water, yeah. So,
He takes 5 lightning damage for attacking Yizdom.
all right. You know you're going to suffer the full wrath afterwards, right? Ophelia, it's your turn. Take 5 damage and be slid away, please. To here.
Okay. I'll just. Huh? Wait, here or to where? Aaron.
You're in the right spot. Go ahead.
Okay. I will then use Ethereal Stride to teleport back there.
I was assuming you're gonna shift charge.
I don't want to probe. I'm kinda low on HP,
Fair.
which isn't fun. And I'll just Moonfire Blade him. Like +3 to attack. Oh, nice. I will use Symbol of Victory.
All right.
Where's the button? Can I get my action point refunded?
It's not really necessary, trust me on this.
Oh well. Still, he takes this. He takes quite underwhelming damage.
39?
Oh, Yeah, and since he ended his last turn adjacent to me, he would get 4 radiant. Actually 7 radiant since he was vulnerable to me.
Okay.
And I think that's it for me.
Alright, Gelded. Pick your 5 or 10 ongoing. Not sure which one of those is that.
Gary, you are muted, I think.
I'm sorry, I am muted. So first step is going to be stand up. I'll take a little bit of ongoing damage in a second, and then I'm going to give a necklace of prayer beads so everyone can make a saving throw against something they're affected by. And then I'm going to, last verse same as the first. Staggering note going towards the Kraken.
Alright, go ahead.
Is the Kraken prone again? Yes?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. What was the damage again? 4?
Yes, 4. From secret.
So 20 versus will, which I assume misses.
And that misses, yes.
I will re-roll it.
Alright.
So, a lot higher, 9 higher, so 29 will.
Yeah, that certainly hits.
So, Ophelia, go ahead. Oh, I did that wrong, I'm sorry. It should not have done 9 damage, it should have only done 5.
5, okay. Ophelia?
1 second. Oh, that was underwhelming.
At least Gelded got a perfect save. And it's back to the top of the round. You see the enraged Kraken just start bashing with his tentacles against the ship, hammering it down as the crew and you are shaken up by it. And the cargo that was previously tied to the walls just loosens and goes all over the place as you get slammed by these tentacles as well. So yeah, one more round of these people. How are you evading this madness? Lup.
Similarly to when I dodged the debris of the thing, I am instead going to, if I can, I'm going to try and kick. Essentially, I'm going to try and jump up onto one of his tentacles and kick it into him. If that's okay, can I do that, or
yes.
Would you not allow me to do that? All right, so I'm going to athletics because crazy strong frog legs. And I'm getting some lag. There it goes.
Not crazy strong enough, apparently. As one of the tentacle you were trying to jump on actually overpowers you, and you get smacked against the ground. Take 20 points of damage, please. Use them.
I can't
He's
really do anything
unconscious.
since I'm unconscious
He's in
and
the
in the
water.
water.
Oh, okay, yeah, actually, use them. You're perfectly
Yeah.
safe, except you're starting to drown. So roll me just a death saving throw, I guess. Actually, you do that on your turn. This is pointless. Kill them.
Okay.
Alright, so, I think what I'd like to do is pretty much, try to notice anything that's rolling in my general direction, and move before it reaches me. So pretty much perception.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, not good at all. You see this stack of boxes just get out of the wall and just slam into you, but it's a second too late as you don't have time to react. You take 20 points of damage and you are restrained. Savens.
alright. 7's alright.
Any ball.
Okay, so now we're avoiding boxes being thrown about on the platform.
It's just imagine what happens with the cargo when Kraken is playing Tycho drums with the ship.
Excellent. Well, since I had my eyes glued on Ophelia last time, and I couldn't protect myself, I'm gonna take I'm gonna see what she should have done last time or could have done last time, and try to use arcane explosions to push everything away.
All right, go ahead.
I will, just as soon as the thing restarts.
All right, Ophelia.
Can I try to disrupt his aim with a sudden burst of light, with say something like bluff or intimidate?
Bluff would, I would accept bluff, yes.
Well,
You
that's
do
medium DC.
well. You do a pretty good job, but not good enough. Take 20 points of damage, please, Ophelia.
Ow.
Gelded.
He said he'd be right back. I think he's still AFK.
I actually just made it back. Gelda's
The
gonna
Kraken
look.
is playing Tycho drums with the ship, and everything is falling apart.
Yeah, I
What
could
are you
hear.
doing?
I was just getting something from the other room. So, Gelda looks around, sees the sailors sort of flailing about, doing all their different things, and is going to call out to them to. Because, I mean, he's sort of been outside of the range of the tentacles the whole time, calling to them to get their act together, trying to help them dodge around, and is going to be trying to be very calm. Like, he's going to be loud enough to be heard over the storm, but he's going to be acting like he's like everything is perfectly fine. This is completely normal, and is going to try to do a diplomacy check to get the people to help move because he's been kind of pivoting around that center mast to help get everyone else to have a handle on the boxes that are flying around and that sort of stuff.
Sure, go ahead.
In the meantime, I rolled my Arcana.
You're good, Dimitri.
So 29 diplomacy.
You're fine as well, Gelded, as you manage to work the sailors together, and instead of panicking around, they start to help each other and try to basically wing it under your command, and they are doing a pretty good job of it. Lup, it's your turn.
All right, we are actually doing turns now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going to start off with a minor action to throw out a Battle Mind's Demand on the Kraken to mark him.
Mhm.
And then as a move action, I'm going to provoke as I dimension slide on Yizdom. So he gets to A and B first because I used a ranged attack in melee.
Okay, he's gonna totally take that.
My color is purple, by the way. When you get around to it.
He misses.
That is a miss. Cool, so I'm going to slide myself one, and I'm going to teleport Yizdom 3 squares so that he is next to Gelded.
Excellent.
And that is all Luck can do because I Lightning Rushed and didn't augment too. I don't have a standard.
By the way, you did take 5 damage at the start of your turn, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. And is that just damage? That's not necrotic or anything?
Yeah, it's just damage flavor damage, as what
All
slaps
right.
into you.
Crap. Alright, that's fine.
But
But I'm a frog! I eat water, it's fine.
humans drink water too, man.
But my whole body eats water. Never mind.
Okay, Wisdom is not doing too well on the death saving throws, but at least it's only his first one. Gilda.
Alright, I dislike this situation. Yeah. That would, and I'm restrained. I can't do. My god. Could you have slid is them one to the left? That would be helpful.
When I
That
teleported
was
him,
within range.
Yeah,
That was within range.
I could have.
that
Sorry.
would be yeah.
Alright, I'll do that then. My bad.
Alright, then I'm going to heal Ophelia. Ophelia gets to spend a healing surge, Isdem gains 6 hit points, and Hannibal is the Miguel that gain 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Then I'm going to move my spirit over there
Mhm.
and use Gelded, you get temporary hit points, and everyone can actually Ophelia could make a saving throw. I believe only she can do that.
I don't really have what save against.
Alright, that's cool. And I'm going to use Claws of the Eagle to give up Ophelia a basic attack. With combat advantage and +4 to damage.
Okay.
I don't think you can use that.
It's a melee spirit
Oh,
one.
when adjacent to your spirit companion or within 3 squares of you. Okay, sorry, I read that wrong. Go ahead. So 28 damage. Alright, so with the power of the spirits of Philly, you see your attack pierce through one of his tentacles, letting another one of them cut loose into the water.
Nice.
And that's all.
Hannibal.
Okay, so first things first. First, I'm gonna teleport out of the prone. I would have if it wasn't resetting it just as I started my turn. Excellent. God, this is annoying me, and I don't know why. I've checked. I've googled it. I haven't seen anything like it.
I can help you there, man.
I know you can't. I'm just sorry. This is go somebody else, whatever, or roll my damage for the zone for the Kraken if it kills it. I have no idea what to say.
Okay.
I can't do anything now. I'm blocked unless you all want to wait. Sorry.
Just tell me what powers you're gonna use, and I can use them for you if you don't mind.
I do not mind at all. First I'm gonna teleport to get my concealment up and to get out of the prone. Then I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke on him since I'm taking 5 damage all the time. And when his turn starts, do the zone.
Okay. Hellish Rebuke?
Hellish Rebuke it is. I should have. He's bloodied, so I have +1 to hit. And he's granted combat advantage, I believe, from Gilda's thing, so that's
He's
+2
also
to hit.
prone.
Yep.
Okay, so that's +1 to hit total.
And I'm gonna say you were smart and moved teleported adjacent to secret, so you get the bonus.
Sure.
22 damage. And also roll your...
My zone, yeah, if it starts.
It's this FOS zone, right?
FS zone, yeah.
18 damage, okay. The Kraken starts his turn, stands up, and starts to
Aaron.
reach for
Your
the...
channel timed out.
Sorry?
I think Hannibal said he would teleport 3 to get concealment.
Yeah.
Oh, he can teleport there. Alright, Kraken. Kraken is mad. He's not thinking.
He's marked by me, just to remind you. I didn't see my dot on him, so
Yeah, you're gonna get pummeled, my friend.
that's fine. Bring it on.
Anything on you? No? Okay. $25 versus AC.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Never mind. Go ahead. I just want to check a trigger on something to see if it pulled yet or not.
37 versus AC.
That'll hit. I'm gonna immediate reaction. Armor of adaptable resistance. So now I have resist 5 necrotic until the end of the encounter.
Alright. You'll take 21 points of damage. Flavor damage. And another one. For another 21 points of
Ouch.
damage, flavor damage. And another one.
Bring it on, Kraken. I'm still going.
User entered your channel.
Alright, I'm not going anymore.
For 14 points of damage.
Not going anymore, guys.
And the Kraken ends his turn. And will fill you.
And he takes 4 radiant damage for any turn adjacent to me.
Actually, he should try to escape the zones, but whatever. He's a stupid Kraken.
I'm back. Sorry, internet dropped. Did I miss anything?
You missed getting pummeled to the ground just then.
I
Again?
took all the hits. I took every single one of them.
Okay, Ophelia. Another solid hit means another one of his tentacles falls off.
Nice. And that's it for me.
Did you take your 5 damage? He'll also slide you here, let's say.
Killing birds and shit or
I mean,
something.
that's on my start of my turn. I just teleport back.
Ah, okay, sure. Jen, please can you mute? Oh, Jesus
Gene, we
Christ.
can hear your mic, dude.
Insufficient
I need to
permissions.
push to talk. It should be muted.
Now
It's
it
not
Muted
is.
push to
now.
talk automatically on this server. On this
Okay.
server, it's whatever your settings are.
Okay, Ophelia, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Geldon.
All right. So people are looking really messed up. Unfortunately, I don't have a spare heal for Isdom, so it's going to go to loop. So Surge plus 11, you can slide a square and make a saving throw. And then he is going to... Do you guys want to not... I'm trying to think. I feel like people should be there, but I can't get everyone in shout. Hang on, 1 second. Yep, can't get anyone out of there, really. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep doing what I normally do, which is stagger note. He is not prone anymore.
Correct.
So 5 points of damage, and Ophelia, go ahead and swing.
Actually, +1 to that damage.
Aaron, I assume that hits.
Yep.
And does 23 hit his reflex?
Yep. Wait, 23? Actually, that might not hit. That does not hit, unfortunately. But actually, Geldon's attack is strong enough to kill it now that I'm seeing it, so... another thing happens. So, as you do the finishing touches, you just see that jet black thing all over him start to bubble and begin to move around at an incredible pace. As all of a sudden you see his flesh expanding and expanding and expanding. Oh, come on. And this macro does not work. Oh, probably because of this. And what? He takes 12 necrotic damage. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic.
Necrotic damage, and
And good job, me. I love. Wait, it's not this one. Yeah, it's this. So add 2 to each of these. And I think that's everything, actually, the 5th roll. Jen, I think you're the only one hit for 21 necrotic.
Okay,
Necrotic.
so when it comes to a daily that misses and does half damage and you have resist against it, do you apply the resist first, then half it, or do you half it, then apply the resist?
I'm saying that's... I'm not sure, actually. But I'm gonna say that you
It's
can
half and then resist.
Okay.
Question. What's the order of the attacks? Cause
You're the last one. And you...
I'm the last one? Okay, then I'm fine. Thankfully.
No. You're the 24. Notice that there is one too much.
That's versus reflex. It still misses. Oh, thank God I used the oh, I forgot the name. Where's the name? Anyway, I used insightful warning.
All right, and Gelda, would you care to describe me your kill after this explosion?
So, Gelded leans back away from the mast, still holding onto the flail that's grabbed around the mast in one arm. He sends off an acidic curse, and as you see, the last little remains of the squirrel go to die, like fall off the shield. He mutters a word, and the squirrel's remains slides off the edge of the shield at the exact same moment that the octopus slides off the edge of the ship. As the squirrel thumps to the deck, you see the little swirl as the kraken swirls down into the depths.
Good job, guys. Mission accomplished. Except you probably, even tired and beaten, you probably should still help the sailors, as all of the ship is still being pretty damaged. However, I'm going to say that you don't need a skill challenge for that, as you had a pretty intense fight right now. If you guys wish to take a long rest, because this trip is going to take more than just these days, go ahead and do it.
Please and thank you.
Oh, long rest is pretty nice.
And good job at dealing with that terrible luck that luck got you.
I have a question. The kraken, would it be valuable at all to the ship?
The kraken. Roll me in nature and an arcana.
So I'll do the arcana if someone else was to do the nature.
I can do the nature.
As far as knowing what corpses are useful, Gelded is really good at that.
Yeah, you're really good at it. Alright, Jen, you know that typically what is most valuable about the Kraken is probably the Kraken's size and the Kraken's teeth. Gelded, after you saw that corruption, you think that you might be able to do a profit with those items still, but you'd probably need to find a specialist about that, because they have clearly been corrupted, so you would only be able to sell them to, like, let's say, a researcher or something.
Okay, so if Gelded can, he's going to convince the captain to let us throw some hooks onto the Kraken, because I imagine it's a corpse, it probably floats, that we can lash it onto the back of the ship and just either pull it up a little bit onto the ship or lash it onto the back of the ship if we can't do that and keep it with us.
I think that would be difficult because remember, you're still in the middle of the storm right now, and it's really stormy out there. But you could try to collect the things on spot right now. It's going to be dangerous, but it might be worth the risk. Up to you guys.
I mean, I would like to, because I want to research this creature more. We did sort of cut off most of its limbs, so I just wanted to see if we could recover just the main body and slop it up onto the next of the ship.
I don't think the ship could handle that weight right now.
This is what Gelded is asking, if it's possible, and if the captain returns with a no.
Part of the Kraken. Yeah, sure, we could, but all of that beast up here with the damage this beauty has taken, probably not.
So, yeah, Gelded will go and try to work with the others to recover what he can, using ropes to tie himself and others off, so we can try to harvest a couple of things from the Kraken as it floats along next to the ship.
You know what? Let's go into a mini skill challenge, guys. Let's reverse the order. And guys, you are working together to try to salvage the components of the Kraken in the middle of the storm. How are you achieving this? Gelded, you start.
So, Gelded is going to be taking his time talking to the sailors, basically saying, "Alright, guys, we deal with the monsters, you deal with this bloody ship. You are all sailors, all toughened, I know you," and he starts going around and naming people by names, people that he's talked to. "Each of you has the stomach that it takes to get through this damn storm. We'll get this whole Kraken taken care of, but we need the ship to be in one piece in the process. So he's trying to get the crew to continue doing what they're doing.
I liked how you mentioned the relationships with the crew, and it was a pretty good speech, so you don't need to roll. I'll feel you. Unless you want to. If you
I'll
want to roll,
delay.
go ahead.
I'll
Phil,
delay because I'm not sure what I wanna do.
kill them.
Alright, so what I will do? I think I will just send secret once over and over and over again to bite a chunk of the kraken and bring it on the ship.
Sure. You notice that this is quite rudimentary and might damage the goods, but maybe you could roll.
Nature?
Sure. Wait, oh yeah, never mind. Go ahead. Yeah, wow, excellent job. That is some surgical biting you're doing over there. Not sure how you're dealing it, but you're doing it. Ophelia.
Can I try to? Oh, I'm trying to find words. Skip me for now while I'm trying to find words for what I wanna do.
Okay, sure. Use them. You don't have a problem with words right now, correct?
No, I don't have a problem with words right now. So I'm gonna walk to the side of the ship, and I'm going to kind of gaze down to see where the more interesting parts of the squid are, especially if I can detect whatever Galdet really wanted to catch. So, perception check for that.
Sure. 28 perception. Alright, you guys are racing this as you easily point out where the face of the octopus is, and basically it's the most valuable part. Ophelia.
I want to teleport on top of the kraken and then just use my pretty nice dexterity to balance on top of it while I try to cut off some parts to return them. Something like acrobatics, perhaps.
Sure. Your acrobatics is not quite as good. You do watch up a bit of your word, but it's mostly successful. Hannibal?
I'd like to try and slice up finely the bits that already have been taken. You know, remove all the extraneous matter. Just
Sure.
And I would like to use thievery for that.
Yeah, looks perfectly sensible to me.
Okay, cool. Well, just as I rolled it, my fucking thing resets. you can roll my thievery if you like.
I'll skip to loop.
Okay.
And then we'll see. Loop, please. Loop? It's Loop, right? Loop. But he might not be here, actually. Fucking bards and being good at everything. So it's plus 15 that I should roll, Dimitri, because it seems that Lup isn't here. Oh, 17.
Just came back, yeah.
Okay, you do manage to conserve some of the parts, but you notice you destroy some of them as well, so it could have
Makes sense.
It could have been better.
Makes sense.
Lup.
Alright, we're collecting Kraken remains, right?
Yep, in the middle of a storm.
In the middle of a... Okay, why? Okay, I don't know what Lup would even do at this point. He'd be picking up Kraken remains? I mean, I don't know what I would do for a skill check with that. I mean, he would just be kind of like picking up whatever landed on the ship and just kind of gathering it up.
I guess you can do it athletics with that, but you wouldn't get anything really valuable.
Endurance because so I don't get sick or something. I don't know.
Oh, I almost forgot about that part. Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll me an endurance.
Woo!
You managed to get sick. We'll go over that later.
All right.
All right, guys. This is it for the storm. You guys, after a couple more hours of battling against the elements, tired and exhausted, with your wounds on the fight against the Kraken, successfully get out of the storm, and you hear the captain and his very injured crew to have a sight of relief as you're finally back into calm waters. Ah. All right, and we are almost at the beginning of the mission too. Isn't that great, guys? So back at the world map. You guys.
Since you had an extended rest, can we get action points back?
Yes, you all get 1 action point. So.
I didn't sleep. Do I get an extra action point?
You didn't sleep. Then no, you don't get the rest at all. You get to spend your healing surges as normal.
That's fine. That's what I'm saying. But do I get an action point still as? Oh, they got the action point from sleeping.
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was the milestone.
And do keep in mind that people that gain the action point also lose their current action point, so the max you can have is 1 anyways.
What? You can only have 1?
Yes, when you rest, you lose your current action point.
Oh, okay, okay. That's why I didn't rest, because I wanted to get 2.
Okay. Do keep in mind, you're going to be awake for 48 hours before arriving to port. Is that okay with you?
I'm durable. I'm a battle mind.
Okay, well, roll me 2 extra endurance checks after battling a Kraken and enduring a storm and being sick. You try to stay awake for 2 days.
There's 17. You said 2?
Yes.
Hey!
Okay, thanks to your crit success, you are no longer passing the fuck out, but you feel yourself very weakened. You currently have a -2 to everything.
Alright, fine, I'll go to sleep.
One does not simply not sleep.
Cypher has to have one of the worst level 10 features ever, then. How in the world do you get 2 action points?
What do you mean bad? It's really good. Really, really good. Anyways, would you like to roll me d20 to see if you got insomnia while we are at it and you're really unlucky? No? Just joking. So you guys eventually arrive. I wanted to show you this map, but I can't, which is unfortunate. You arrive at a small port that is basically in the middle of a wilderness with a very small fishing village on it. The captain docks and says, "Well, boys and girls, that was a tough ride, but I'm glad we managed it through. Good to have you on my ship. If you need transportation, hey, come see me." No response?
So I'm sorry, having a different conversation in chat. So Geldo would, yes, we'll come and see you. And then he kind of says a general goodbye to the captain, and then we'll go around to each of the sailors that he told stories with, and then we'll kind of nudge against them, like, oh yeah, that Kraken, hundreds of feet long it was, right? Yeah. And he kind of nudges them, and then says goodbye to the sailors more than the captain, and leaves.
Yeah, you notice that the sailors are very excited, and they are especially excited about the new story that they have to tell. Because, yeah, it's not every day you see that, you know?
Not every day you see a Kraken, not every day you live to see after seeing a Kraken.
Yep. So you guys, it's now about mid-morning as you walk along the road after the village, and you notice the pretty and relatively medium-sized, it's more of a village really, of Aribol. Before we proceed, I'd like to ask, how is everybody doing on time? Are we still good to go?
Yep.
Sure.
When to go, to stop. So, yeah, go with that.
I'll have to tell you since you can't
Depends.
type it
How
in.
long would we go if you go?
We go until you guys want to stop.
Better question
Or
is,
until
how
I'm
long
fucking
until the
tired.
next good stop point?
Okay.
It depends on what you guys do, really. There there should be quite a few good stop points on the horizon, so I'm not particularly worried about that. But I would count with at least an extra hour and a half, 2 hours.
Let's do that then.
All right. You arrive pretty soon on the city. Let me copy you guys over. On the not the city, village. Oop. As you walk to the village, you notice that there is quite a bit of murmur going on, and as you move through the main road, you eventually get to a pause, and you witness this happening.
Should we be on a different map?
No, I'm still doing it. Calm down.
Right.
So, from what you see, there are multiple people gathered at this town square. There are multiple guards that are stationed across here. You notice at least these archers over here, and these spearmen over there. You also notice that this guy seems to be the guard captain, as he has richer clothing and is generally better equipped than the rest of his men. You notice that on the middle of the street there are two not really badly, but a bit beaten up people. You see that this guy is basically took a good smackdown, and there's multiple bruises on him. And this guy is basically cowering from the shadow spear. You also notice that the shadows from the soldier that basically has a spear that seems to have been made of shadows. This guy over here has apparently been tortured, is what you gather from his multiple bruises, cuts, burn marks, and cut marks. So what are you people doing?
So is there supposed to be the guy way down here that's blooded in the corner?
Sorry, what? Oh, that guy shouldn't be there. What? I left the token. No, that guy isn't there, Actal. Sorry, my bad.
It's like I was gonna go help the poor guy who's bleeding to death in the alley.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that guy. Maybe somebody killed him. I don't know. Who?
So, Gelded would walk straight up to the guard captain, and he's not trying to be like offensive or anything like that. He's just walking up pretty calmly, and calls out to him and says, "Ah, yes, looks like we've got excellent guards here. We've got a bit of crown business to be attended to. Are you the person to speak with?"
Yes. My name would be Demlor. You are the reinforcements Izawa sent us?
Izawa was the name of the dude, right? The guard
Correct.
captain. Yes, reinforcements here too. And then he kind of very pointedly looks at the guys that seem to be getting tortured and stuff. We're here to make sure the rebels don't get out of hand and that they're all able to peaceably reintegrate into society. No bloodletting or killing or any of that sort of thing.
Why, yes. I was trying to mount an attack on the rebel base, but we have been having troubles tracking them down. We have been trying to persuade these gentlemen into cooperating, but they aren't all that willing to talk, unfortunately. Such a tragedy.
Ah, yes, but you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. I'm sure we could find some sort of way to deal with this that's not as, quite as brutal. This sort of thing always leads to more problems down the line. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, it depends. It has worked out for us in many times on the past. I should introduce myself properly. I am Demlord, captain of the Black Ravens, an intelligence division.
So Gelded will, give a little awkward bow and introduce himself. And these are my companions. Oh, and Captain Ophelia. Yes, come over here, girl. So Gelded will introduce Captain Ophelia and then take a sort of a side step, allowing her to step forward and talk.
So, Ophelia, was it?
I'm sorry, I got distracted by my sister in the last couple minutes. I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Can somebody please fill her in? My throat is kind of dry.
So basically, what's happening is we got to the town. There's a guard captain with someone who's obviously been tortured and a bunch of other guards. The people in the town look like they're very afraid, and there's might be some sort of ass kicking that's happening to populace that's here. I went up and introduced myself and introduced us as agents of the crown that are here to help solve problems, and I'm trying to sort of convince the guard captain to stop with the whole stabbing of civilians thing, as we were told by the captain of the King's Guard that we should make this as much of a or as little of a bloodletting as possible. And then when he seemed like he was not very open to immediately just stopping hostilities, I introduced you as Captain Ophelia and stepped aside so you could talk.
Mm, 1 second, so I think to say to him.
While Mash is thinking, can I do something?
Yes, of course.
I walk over here, put a. Do any of these buildings look like a tavern or inn or place of drink?
Not one of his buildings in particular. You spot one down the road in that direction.
Excellent. In that case, I put an arm around Isdem and say, "Come on, let's have a drink." And as I'm walking there, I pick up one of the villagers that seem to be the downtrodden party and say, "Hey, you can have a drink with us as well." And then as I walk a little further, I ask one of the guards, "Hey, come on, let's have a drink." And I pull, just like we're all gonna have a nice friendly drink, talk, see what's going on.
Give me some kind of social skill.
Sure. Would streetwise work?
Sure.
Well, as I said that, we'll have to wait for it. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous.
Oh, okay, yeah, it will eventually work. Ophelia, have you thought about the things? Ophelia and
What?
and Deborah
What?
are just having this.
Wait.
Sorry. Go.
What did he reply when Gelded mentioned crown business?
He introduced himself.
And that was it?
Pretty much.
Did he react in any specific way to the mention of the crown?
No.
In other words, he didn't seem to care particularly much and isn't particularly upset about us being here on crown errands?
Nope, not really.
I
I
was
mean, you were sent here to help him, supposedly, so why would he be upset
we
about
were
that?
sent him to. We're here to help him. I would tell him that. What was the name of that guy back in Nelan? Izawa Kochi or something like that?
Izawa, yeah.
I would tell him that we're here on the orders of Izawa and that. I mean, I think Gelda didn't say that yet.
He did.
This is a bit confusing.
So, what's really happening is that you and Demlor over there are just having this epic stare match onto each other as you expect to react. And Gilda and the frog that I'm forgetting always the name for some reason. And Isdem, what are you doing? Or is Ismail also taking a drink? I think. Never mind. So,
I'm back.
There's my streetwise 19.
Okay, so you do manage to get one of the members of the crowd. Roll me d3.
Sorry?
Yes, roll me d3, please. But the guard, the guard is going to refuse because he said he is on his position under orders and he's not going to move.
I'll leave a drink for you with the barkeep.
He nods to you.
Excellent. Yeah, my idea is to discuss this find out what's going on in less tense circumstances.
In the meanwhile, what is Gildenlop doing? What are Gildenlop doing? Sorry.
So I'm just peeking around from the corner, not really showing myself much. And
So you're just pressed up against the wall, lightly putting your face there, like.
yeah, something around that.
Okay, fair enough. And Lop?
I don't know. I realize now picking a character who doesn't understand social conventions makes it really hard to roleplay him. He's gonna stand behind Gelded, I guess, and just kind of try to look intimidating. As intimidating as a fat bullywug can look.
Okay, fair enough. Well, all I'm trying to find out now is where is their hideout. We know they have a hideout somewhere around these parts. We've tracked down to this region, but we simply cannot find it. What makes things truly difficult is that under Londo there is this massive network of tunnels, and they could be anywhere in there.
So Gelded smiles and nods along. How many arcane means have you tried to use to search and see exactly what's going on here?
We have tried to do so. The rebels seem to have casters on their own side.
Ah, yes, of course. I assume you've done the normal means, object reading. If any of your, let's say, reluctant informants happen to die, you, of course, read their corpse in order to make sure that you couldn't get any information from them directly, yes?
Well, our funds are not quite that large. If someone dies, well, that's unfortunate.
Ah, so there have been a few unfortunate circumstances through, let's say, vigorous interrogation. If you could lead me to one of those, I'm sure we could have this thing wrapped up in short order.
Yes. After we are done with this, I shall show you to the warehouse then.
Well, what are you trying to get from, and kind of gestures towards the populace, what are you trying to get from these? I was told very specifically that we're trying to, as little as possible, cause disturbances here. We want these towns to be prosperous and be good servants of the realm, after all.
Yes, wouldn't we all love that, but these traitorous snakes are harboring rebels and bringing bad name to us all. It's vexing, to say the least.
Ah, yes. But people believe many things that are mistaken. It is not their fault that they are mistakenly believing in trying to get certain ideals and certain things that they want. People aren't rebels because the name is just nice. It's rebels because there's things that they want. There's things they value, things like that. If we can give them what they value and they don't have to interfere with us, we can make this all bloodless and painless. Just
Yes,
why don't we go ahead and try the corpse now, and we can put these people to be used later. So basically, he's trying to get them to pause all of this stuff until he can do some reading on one of the corpses.
Sure. He's going to say, well, since you did come recommended by Izawa, I guess I can open this exception. We have been searching for many days now with no avail, so maybe your ritual holds the secrets we are looking for.
Okay.
Oh shit, I did something very wrong.
That's never something you want to hear your DMs.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll go over his reaction later. Well, let's just say he didn't understood so far. Very well. He's going to tell the guards to get on these two and get them back to the warehouse with him, and he's going to say, I'm going to make a few extra rounds before joining the rest of the team. Why don't we meet again in, let's say, 15 minutes and we'll take care of this?
Seems reasonable. If you're making rounds, I think it only makes sense for us to come with you. You can get us properly appraised on the situation here so we know the best questions to ask once the ritual is ready to go.
Sure, that sounds like a plan. Please do come with me. Uh, in the meanwhile, what else? Animal wisdom and did anybody roll the D3 yet?
And whoever is else, wants to have a drink with us.
And apparently, this potion maker that has seen better years. He's about in his 60s right now. He's kind of shaking. He seems to be a gnome, very very thin. He's walking past you and say, "Ah, that's it. Dreadful, dreadful, just dreadful."
Everything will seem better with a drink. Absolutely everything. And I'm sure you know that from your vast experience.
Yeah, drinking drinks. Yeah, mixing potions. Yeah, all great, all great.
Excellent. So what's your experience been? This is all not to make small talk. When we get to the bar, order a few drinks. He tells me what's good, what's not, and whatever. Ask him what's his experience. What's going on here? Why are the guardsmen being bullies? Is it the guard captain? Does he think he runs the place or something?
I mean, this whole thing is just terrible, terrible. It was first that news of a poisoning that came from Ireland, that the rebels were all connected to it, and everything went crazy. People started disappearing, but I think that was just the rebels playing, maybe. I don't know. Then about what? 12 days ago, 14 days ago, comes these guys and some other guys, and they run all over the place. They start apprehending people, sometimes even families, torturing them. People, John was caught. I like John. He's one of my best clients. I don't think he was a rebel, but he was still, yeah. Dreadful business. Dreadful business. This.
It does seem dreadful. By the way, did we pass any kids on the way to the bar? Any children?
No. There doesn't seem to be any children running on the streets.
I asked the barman if he has a runner to make deliveries.
The bar woman is actually an elf woman who's about on her middle-aged years, so let's say 120. And she's going to reply, well, we are just a small village here in the middle of. Well,
I know, but every place has children eager to earn a copper or silver.
There's normally such children, but people are being very cautious. They aren't letting their children out.
Fair enough. No worries. Everybody's cautious. The thing is, who was keeping the peace here before these guardsmen appeared?
I mean, these people, they are of the intelligence department. Nasty stuff, right? Their normal job is like assassination and things like that. But even that, I didn't expect them to be this brutal. This, what is called Dimbler chap? I don't like him at all. It seems like he's being more drastic than he needs to be.
I tell her very sympathetically. Yes, I can see you have a right problem here. You said they arrived a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when news of the Nilan incident started to spread.
Do you know the name of the ship? Perhaps they came on.
They probably did not come from ship.
No.
No, I do believe they are Londo's intelligence division.
I see. Okay, fair enough.
Actually, let me try to do something on the map to see if I can show it to you guys without spoiling things horribly.
If I can see the map, I'll be happy to see it.
So yeah, bring you guys over. So basically, there is basically this map that has been handed down to you for your mission, and you're basically over here in Aribal currently. This is where you've landed on Urchin's Port. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes.
And basically, Londo is already over here, so if they came from Londo, it's not that big of a trip, really. Yeah, guys, I really suggest you guys to talk because on my games, it's really important for people to move the story forward because it's not going to move itself forward. So, yeah, participation is appreciated.
And I'm fairly certain that I'm the only person here who's already done this whole
User
series.
disconnected from your channel.
I think Camille has done part of it, but he's also been staying mostly silent. So.
Yeah. So Camille and I have both already done this series, which means that in order for it to not be really awkward, the decisions need to be primarily made by John, Gate, and Mash. So one of the three of you's got to talk up a little bit more.
I don't mind talking. The problem is that I didn't get
User
a
joined your
chance to
channel.
start talking.
Yes, if you wish to start talking, go ahead, man. Nobody's stopping you.
Okay, I think I figured this out.
You did?
Hopefully. Let me see if it works. Nope. Oh, it's worked. I know what happened. My push to talk button was the one I chose was fucking up my Roll20. So what's a good push to talk button that doesn't mess with Roll20 functions?
I just use a mouse key.
I use
Or you
Grave.
can just not use push to talk.
Grave might
I
be a
mean,
good
push to
option.
talk is just optional.
Okay, is this working? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sounds so.
Excellent. So, the thing is, well, yeah, you showed us the map. So Londo is kind of close to Arabil.
Yeah.
My, I mean, I'm gonna finish having a nice drink with these guys. Leave a nice tip for the bartender. Take a drink out to the guard that I asked to come along, and try and start up a conversation with him if he's alone and if it's possible.
Roll me a luck dice.
I'm sorry,
D20.
did you hear that?
Roll me a luck dice, D20.
D20, okay. There you go.
Sure, the guard will eventually get to you, but we'll go to the other players first. System, you were wanting to do something?
No, I just want to talk to him. Nothing. I mean, I want to ask.
I meant use them. Hannibal, are you hearing me correctly?
Who, Hannibal or Isdom?
Hannibal.
I'm hearing you, but I'm not sure what I'm hearing.
Okay. What I said is that we'll get to your conversation with the guard later. For now, I was just jumping to the other players.
Excellent, no problem. Go for it.
Houston? Were you trying to say something? Do something? Hello? Is Jen AFK again?
I gotta guess the answer is yes.
He's not. His
typing in
mic is
chat.
not working.
Yeah. Oh my god, why? In every session I have, there's always technical problems. I cannot shake them off. I don't know what's up with this.
It's a
Stop
curse.
destroying everyone else's mic. Like, if you just stop sneaking into people's houses and destroying their mic.
Actually,
That's actually my real job. I just go around the globe, entering to the guilds, people's houses, and destroying their shit. That's just what I do, right?
That would explain my broken glass the other day. Frickin'
Yeah, no,
Aaron.
you can thank me for that.
Thank you, Aaron. That was a $30 glass.
I think I hit something incorrectly in the chat. That's what happened. Don't worry about it.
So, Jen, back to
Yeah,
you.
okay. So I'm going to walk over here where the person is at. What's the name? Beating down and kind of check on him to make sure that he doesn't die. Does the guard react in any way?
Since you guys are in a friendly demeanor with the guards, he's going to let you patch him up, but he's not. He doesn't seem very willing to let you ease his pain, as in, do what you must, but then leave.
Okay, then I walk over to him and ask him, would it be alright if I attempt a different method of interrogation with these people?
That's sure. I don't think you're going to get anything out of them though, but why not?
Okay,
But
then
do try to hurry it up. The captain wants them at the warehouse in 10 minutes, so
at the warehouse? What
yeah,
for?
that's where your companions told us to go, right?
Alrighty. Then please, if you wouldn't mind stepping away from them, because given what's happened, I don't think they'll talk with you around.
He takes like he's just gonna step down to here, and you notice him signaling basically the archer, like if anything suspicious happens, shit is gonna go down basically, and you're free to go.
Okay, as I turn to walk the other way, a little respect and consideration for my tactics would be nice.
He nods.
Okay, I walk over to both of them. I try to stabilize the one that's knocked down and try to talk to the one that's cowering and ask them what exactly has been going on.
Well, haven't seen. I'm not a rebel. I'm totally not a rebel. This guy is just beating on me over and over again. It's been horrible.
I'm gonna do an insight on him just to see if he's telling the truth.
So is this someone that we're just picking up on the street, or is someone
I
you're
think
taking with us?
he's talking to this one, if I understood it correctly.
So have you said anything that where this is what's going on? Like, mainly want to know if Gelda would be able to see what's going on here. Like, would notice that this is happening.
I think you were doing the rounds right now, but if you want to stay, you can stay.
Well,
I'm not gonna...
that was why I was trying to see if I was trying to see if I was close enough to be able to give him discern lies. That was all.
I mean, you see him approaching from a distance, but if you wish to go back to him, that's fine. But you'll just need...
If it makes more sense that I'm on the rounds with the captain than able to be there to help with the interrogation, then I'm on the rounds with the captain.
I'm leaving it on your hands, basically.
I mean, if I had the option to, I would give discern lies to Isdom.
Okay, can you tell me what it does?
He gets a bonus to insight. It's a pretty decently large bonus.
Okay.
Ideally, it's a decently large bonus.
It's a religion bonus. You make a religion test
Yeah,
and...
my problem is that apparently I don't have religion in either trained or untrained skills, so that's very unhelpful. 1 second, I'll fix the macro later. So he gets a plus 24 to his insight check.
Holy crud!
Is that the thing? Plus 24? Holy shit, okay.
Can we say that I can read this guy's mind?
No, but you can tell if he's lying or not.
Alright, then I'll throw an insight. See what I mean?
56. Yeah, that's something. He's lying.
Okay, I kneel down before him. I'm gonna move Vinny a little over. So I'm gonna kneel down to him. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I understand," and I lower my voice, but try to keep it so that they can't see me lower my voice. Like I'm trying to make it look like I'm not telling anything. So if you tell me, I can work this out. I was sent here to deal with the problem without violence. If you can tell me how this works, then we can find a way to deal with it. All right?
Stealth check, please.
Of fucking course. Of freaking
So,
course.
so if you tell us now, we are going to work this out, and you keep on screaming on him for. Won't you just?
Why do I always get the worst rolls when I don't need them? Jesus!
um. You try. The guard approaches you while you're screaming at him, and he's going to say, "Maybe you should stop."
I will intervene. I will remind the guard we're here to deal with the situation, and how we deal with it is our right to choose and not his. Would that be intimidate?
Now that the captain isn't here, sure, you can roll me intimidate. But wait, who is on the rounds with the captain then?
Gelded will be on the rounds, the captain, because I was
Okay.
going to cast it on Isdam and then leave. So
Well, that's at least medium DC.
He's going to say, he just screamed at that guy to make a proposal. What? No, I'm not letting him interrogate. He's clearly a newbie at this. No. He's going to politely ask you to leave the prisoners, Isdam.
God dang it. If I refuse,
You know you shouldn't.
damn it, I knew I should have thought of something better.
Anyways, anybody doing something, or should I go back to Hannibal?
Well, I can try to interrogate the prisoner instead. I will walk up and tell you that basically it's in his own self-interest to cooperate with us, because that's the only way he can get out of this situation, and that we can help him if we can help him, and we will be nice towards him if he actually cooperates with us. Would something like a bluff that be?
So you don't even mean it, sure. So you don't even... It's a she, by the way. It's
Oh,
an
okay.
Alpha woman.
24 good enough?
She looks at you hopefully at first, and she seems like taken in by your proposal. But then you see, I mean, Ism sees it because I imagine Ophelia isn't exactly Mrs. Insightful there, and you notice that she basically steals her resolve to not say anything. But she seems taken aback by your words.
She seemed to what? I didn't hear you.
Taken aback by your words, as in, you hit the spot. She's just not willing to do it for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're silenced by some magic or something. Do we have someone arcane inclined in our party?
Yep.
You know there's no such thing going on. You would know that basically.
Well, I don't know that. Anyone else?
I'm not there, so I can't comment.
No, back to Hannibal. Hannibal, the guard walks in, sees your drink, downs it in one go and says, ah, oh, that hit the spot. How can I help you, friend?
Sure it did, friend, and I really smile honestly at being called that. You know, I was thinking, I mean, I just came off the boat here, and I see, I mean, nobody's happy here. You're not happy. The people aren't happy. I mean, you can't have a nice quiet night in the tavern. You can't go chasing local girls. I mean, this situation sucks.
Oh, don't tell me about it. The local girls are already running, but on the other direction. That's not good.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It is absolutely awful. I mean, there's got to be a way, you know, to make to live together happily. I mean, yeah, rebels okay, and that sucks always. But you know, beating people up, I mean, that is not going to work. I mean, how long have you been here? Like 2, 3 weeks?
2 entire weeks of this mess, and well, admittedly, we got a bit closer. We know now that they are on the tunnels on this region, but
Yeah, as from what we were told, there's tunnels going all over the place.
yeah. And there's a echo, by the way, on your computer, Dimitri.
That's me. Yeah, sorry. So, my thinking is if we could all get together, like your captain, whoever the mayor, or if anybody is the head honcho here, we could get together and talk because you know you guys are convinced they're hiding somebody, but you haven't been able to break them yet. But this situation isn't making anybody happy. So I'm thinking, you know, who's the big guy who's the big honcho in the town other than you guys, obviously.
I don't know, and I don't think the captain cares either.
The captain's the guy that's, you know, he must not be getting laid regularly, I guess.
Shh, don't tell that about the captain. He's normally a good man, you know. This is a tough job. We do things that the normal soldiers aren't gonna do, you know. Tough job. It's a tough job. But
It is a tough job, but I don't think it's making him happy. I'm just trying to find a way for everybody to get, you know, everybody to make everybody else's lives easier. You know what I mean?
yeah, I totally know what you mean, but right now this is gonna be hard. The captain is being very sad about this, so
Is he really sad about it?
not sad, sad.
Ah, set.
I
Do you
mean,
think it's personal? Do you know?
I wouldn't know. The captain doesn't talk much. But I mean, if somebody were to go, say, into the tunnels and try to find the rebels for us, that might work.
Well, yeah, that would work, but and we do it, but you know, just going into the tunnels blindly, I'm not sure that's that great of an idea.
I don't know what's a great idea here. Maybe that's why I've been sticking as a private for about these 8 years now, and he downs another one.
Okay, well, my friend, it was good talking to you. Have another drink on me, and I will try my best to figure this out and put in a good word for you.
All right, thanks. See you around.
Bye, man.
So yeah, are we clear to go to the warehouse now, everybody?
Oh wait, can I continue my interrogation of the prisoner? Can I somehow try to convey to guard, I don't know, by gestures or by speaking in a way that the prisoner, the rebel won't notice that I basically want the guard to act as a bad cop for me right now, to try to interrogate the prisoner. Would something like that work?
Yeah, I just have no idea on how we were going to try that on skill-wise. So why don't you try to spell it out
Bluff.
for me?
Bluff
And
first.
it's gonna be
What?
2 because you need to get the guard's attention, communicate with him, and you need to do the opposite for the other guy. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be at least 2 skill checks.
So I think it's bluff on the rebel to avoid being understood or something like that.
Sure. And what are you using on the guard?
And on the guard, diplomacy.
Sure.
It
Let's go
feels
with
like
that.
it makes sense. So okay, bluff. Okay, the rebel didn't notice a single thing.
She doesn't understand you at all.
And I will guidance of the past diplomacy. So this will, yeah, that 6 won't give me any. And
If you daze yourself, you're gonna get a penalty.
I will reroll both of them with dark luck. So it's 25, just below hard DC.
Yeah, sure. You critted the other one, so yeah. The guard assumes the position. It seems like there's she's comfortable with this one. Like red cop.
The rebel is comfortable with the guard.
No, the
Or-
the guard is comfortable on her role as a bad cop.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. What are you? Now that you've signaled this, what are you saying to to the to the prison?
Mm, Basically, I just wanna do the classic bad cop, good cop routine where the guard will try to scare the prisoner while I just convince the prisoner that cooperating with us is the best option for everyone. Well, you know the thing. Something like bluff. I don't know.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you guys head out onto the warehouse. All of that and communicates in the critical. I don't know how bad you guys are communicating with this particular alpha elven woman, but damn, you guys are bad with at this. So yeah, I don't have a picture for this actually, so I should make one for next time. Oh well. So yeah, you guys are led on to a warehouse in the middle of the town. The guard or captain opens it, and you see about on this pretty large building there are about 20, 20 to 30 villagers all tied up to the walls. They seem to be in a very bad condition, to be honest. Some are clearly delirious, and the guards are basically keeping them here. There are several sentries posted at both inside and outside the warehouse, and the captain just lets you walk through here.
Okay. Has he sort of discussed what the situation in the town is as we've been doing our rounds?
Yeah. Do you want a briefing on that, basically?
Just a short version.
His version of the story is basically came here 2 weeks ago, started questioning, no results, started getting tougher and tougher and tougher, and now we are here, basically. Townspeople are hostile, but we are getting closer and closer, so 1 or 2 more days of this and we should be on the clear. That's his prognostic, basically.
And he'll nod along and say, well, with a little bit of magic and a little bit of proper application of knowledge from these sorts of events, we might be able to shorten that down to a few hours, yes? And then he kind of smiles and keeps along with him.
Okay. Sure. And you arrive at the warehouse with him. The rest of the party is already there, and you all now witness the scene. And the captain is gonna say, "So you need a body, eh?"
Yes, yes. No need any more extra bloodshed, but if there's already been any unfortunate accidents in the name of the crown, then maybe we can make sure that the accident is as useful as possible.
Well, let me see today's lot. Hmm. Oh, and or those off to yesterday. He shouts to a couple of guards and has them send off in the direction. Well, and he apparently uh, breaks the chains on two people that were there and say, well, these two don't seem like they made it through the day. Do what are we doing exactly?
Um, there are two people that are currently alive, and he just said, well, they don't. It seems like they didn't make it through the day.
They aren't alive. They are dead.
Okay. Well, if they're already dead, then he doesn't care nearly as much.
Yeah, because I was about to raise hell.
So the two rituals that Gelded is planning on using to try to figure out the answers to things are object reading and speak with dead. So that's where he's going with this whole sort of series.
Okay. The villagers do not have their possessions with them. They only have their clothes basically, and they are basically rags by now, by what they've been subjected to. You could use speak with that with any of them. There is an elf orc male, about 20 years old, still on his prime, and there is an elfling female, about 40 years old.
So I would talk to the captain and say, and clarify. Did he say that they had already done object reading before?
He told you that he. Let me read object reading actually.
He had said that they weren't quite that rich, but I didn't. Object reading's pretty cheap, so
it is pretty cheap. Yeah. We didn't get anything useful. I think this rebel base of theirs is probably a temporary hideout of sorts, so we couldn't get any objects to prove themselves very useful on it. We spent about 10, 20. Let me check the records. He opens up a small logbook. You notice that there are some quests of blood on it as he goes through it. 50 readings, no results. Then we gave up on that.
Okay, so Geld is going to kind of ferret away that they might just be really bad at actually figuring out who the rebels are. And then he's going to say,
sorry, tell me if I don't remember this correctly, but object reading basically shows the important parts of a life of an object, correct?
You can ask specific questions. So you can say, like, you know, if they found an item that was given, they think was a weapon that was given to someone by a rebel, they could ask, let me see the image of who gave you the weapon.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was basically decided by order of importance, you see.
No, it's you see images you wish to see. There's another one that is similar to object reading that is you see the important histories behind an object, but that's I think history revealed.
And that might be it. Then let's say that they did not do as much of that ritual. They did about 20 tries, but they didn't get any particular results. They used basically those tries to get more people and do their stuff.
Okay.
So they've basically been stuck on a loop.
So basically, what Geldon's going to try to do is get, if he can get a corpse, because I mean, it doesn't even have to be a very fresh corpse, of someone that they are very sure was a rebel. Then he can use that to ask questions to get more information. Gelded would not say it quite like this, but as far as so you understand what he's trying to do, Gelded is trying to find someone who is probably a rebel that is now dead, or at least has contacts with a rebel, and he's going to ask questions. The questions that he's going to go for primarily are going to be questions about how they contact people, how they get in contact with the rebels, if they have any rally points or meeting points. He's not really going to be asking a lot of questions about the rebel base, because if what the guard said is, you know, the rebels move around a lot, is what he said. So I want to see how they communicate with one another to try to get a way in for us.
All right, fair enough. He only has those two corpses, and he basically asked the other guards to come back with more that they had already disposed of. Do you wish to wait?
So yes, we wish, Gelded would wish to wait, but he'll kind of chat with the captain and try to get the stories behind each of the different people that died and sort of see. He's very clearly not trying to throw any shade on what the captain is doing, but he's pretty much like, oh well, what are the chances that they were a rebel, or if everyone was a rebel, like who was the highest ranking rebel? Trying to figure out which corpse is going to be the best one to read.
I mean, out of those ones, he's going to say, I'd say probably the Alfork. He looks strong, probably well kept, and we did have an object reading that connected with him. Maybe he is a rebel. There's a pretty high chance of that, I'd say.
Okay. So yeah, if that's the one of all the corpses that he, has access to that he thinks is a good idea, then I will read that corpse.
Do you want to roll me a D100?
Sure.
Do you want high or low before that?
High.
Okay. Yes, it is a corpse of a rebel. The Alfork. You notice that as you start doing this, the guards and especially the prisoners out there seem extremely startled as what you are starting to do creates those small black flames that you might have noticed by now are caused by the divine powers on this area.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite spark into life, and it doesn't catch the corpse into fire. But you do seem that to do something that you shouldn't. The spirit is not on the body, and you only managed to get the body to speak, and you may do your questions now.
The question is whether we have any ritual casters. I think are shamans not ritual casters? I thought they were.
They are not.
They are.
We are not.
Which is really silly. Can you imagine a shaman not ritual casting? Come on.
Ridiculous.
That is absurd.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's kind of absurd.
So I get only one question to ask. So as I'm doing the ritual, I'm going to ask the rest of the party. I have a single question to ask. What sort of question do you guys want me to ask?
Where is the rebel base?
I believe it has to be
How
yes
do we
or no.
get in contact?
Does it have to be a yes or no question?
It does not have to be yes or no. So the two options that I think are either where's the rebel base and how do you get in contact with the other rebels. I feel like where's the rebel base, if this person was not really knowledgeable or if the rebel base has changed, that might not be as helpful. And how to get in contact with, depending on how long ago it was taken, might also be less helpful. So
How do
They
you
could have changed contact methods.
receive your orders?
That could have changed, though. The way the method they give out orders or how they communicate, that could have changed. So
Everything can change.
right. So there's not really a question we can ask with 100% certainty that we're going to get the answer.
I think I have
Still
one.
less likely to change the location.
I think I have one. What if we ask them what are they fighting for specifically? So we can know exactly who it is that it's trying to do, and we can probably find people who are going after that.
That's actually an excellent idea, and I want to ask it of the rebels at some point. But considering our position and that we can only ask this guy one question, and his reasons might be different than somebody else's, it's not the best question to ask him. But that is a great idea, and I definitely want to ask it at some point.
Yeah, I didn't see that point. Yeah, you're right. So what can we ask that he can tell us the information we need that
Well,
won't vary?
here's another thought. If we ask about the base, where the location of the base is, even if it's moved, they're not likely to have gotten every single detail. We can probably find something to give us a trace of where they went.
That is true, but there's something that worries me is that if we go that route, Mister Trap, every single citizen that I think is possibly a rebel, will come with us. Not necessarily a good thing.
No, I mean, if we show that we're the ones that got the information, we should ideally be able to tell him, we're going to go handle this. I'm intentionally abstaining, so one, because it makes it a tie vote, and two, because I've done this stuff before.
So it looks like where is the rebel base is the question to ask.
Okay. So I will ask the thing. Explain to me how to get to the rebel base.
The corpse springs into motion trying to grab something, and he'll eventually sets on basically what can be used as a stick. And on the
I would give the corpse something to draw with.
all right, you notice that being a corpse, he's not very deft, so it's not exactly great, but he starts how should I man, I'm not sure how he can even explain it on a single stuff, because let me see, can he answer more than just basically when stuff?
I mean,
How can he answer?
all it says is you ask the corpse of an intelligent creature questions and receive answers. The corpse knows what the creature knew in life, what has occurred near the corpse, and no more. So, I mean, it doesn't. This isn't one of the things where things give me a yes or no answer. Like this is the next step above that, where it can sort of answer however the DM sees fit.
Okay, he basically starts drawing. I'm actually going to need to do a check with this because this is a fairly difficult test, and this guy might have not been a really good map. Oh, Jesus, map maker. It's pretty decent, and what you get is basically what appears to be a map of a series of tunnels and a pet in the pet signaling it. Uh, he then points on the shit. The corpse then tries to move outside as more of his body starts to flickering into dark flames that you saw before. As you see the corpse walking, you notice that people on the room are whispering, and even the guards look a bit uncomfortable, even though they seem to deal with it pretty well, unlike the citizens who are downright terrified of what's happening. And the corpse gets out of the building and points in the direction of the forest, and says entrance, and burns to ashes.
Okay, so follow with making sort of mental notations, talking to himself. Gelded is paying attention to what the corpse is doing, and we'll turn back towards the captain. Ah, see there, boy. Just need proper application of a little bit of the darker arts. And
well, I can say I didn't expect them to send a Nethermancer. Well, we could use people like you on the special corps. Very useful. Very useful. What you hear the other people say, Jen, are basically whispers of people saying Nethermancy, and people basically freaking out over it as if you're using some dark, very obscure art that people do not trust at all.
So Gelded finds this as completely normal.
Yeah, for Gelded, that's it. Yeah, Friday. It sounds like Friday.
So I mean, like, while some other spellcasters would probably get freaked out by the way that people are treating him, like Gelded, very much this is the image that he tries to invoke in other people when he tells his stories and casts his spells. So he has absolutely no problem playing this role, as normally he has to try to get people to do this for him.
No, you are succeeding with flying colors. You think you've done the best job you've ever done on your life.
So he's just gonna do what he normally does, which is take advantage of that sort of unknowable dark art, the witch of the woods type mentality, and start talking to him. Ah, well, we have what we need, and I do agree that these sorts of things might be good for your investigations, but unfortunately, myself and some of the other, let's say, darker casters prefer to not work. And then he kind of gestures to some of the other people in the room, like the guards that are looking really uncomfortable and that sort of stuff. Prefer to work on our own, a little separated from the others, to make sure that certain things are not really known or able to be reproduced. You understand? Basically, he's
Ah,
saying that he's going to want to go to the rebel base by himself, so that the group can handle what's going on and not have the captain and his men go with him.
hmm. Hmm. Well, if you ever look for work, you know where to find it. But more importantly, would you be object if I put the tracer on you? So
So
basically, tracer, if you don't know, he's going to basically explain that it's basically something that is a GPS and you're on it.
I would look over towards Ophelia and say, "Ah, that sounds like a more tactical decision. That would be something for Captain Ophelia to be able to decide." And then he'll kind of shuffle back away.
Oh,
I
Philip?
mean, it's the guard captain putting a GPS on us, not rebels. But then again, the guard captain might conspire with the rebels, which would be silly, but that could actually explain the whole mess.
Uh,
Possibly, maybe.
Hearing this,
I'd probably ask him why does he even want to put a tracker on us. I mean, I'm not sure I see a reason for that.
Just to be safe, you are so-called reinforcements from the capital. Apparently very competent, but I've been on intelligence for years. I don't trust people.
hearing this, I intercede and speak to Ophelia as if to ask, as if asking her permission. Uh, Captain Ophelia, if I may, I would suggest we do not take the tracker, for if the rebels found us and they found the tracker, they could start moving away and make it much more difficult to find them again. Not only that, it will put us at a great disadvantage at convincing them to lay down their arms if possible and stop this bloodshed almost immediately.
Gelded will also nod as Isdom is talking and say, "Ah, yes, these sorts of tracking spells and stuff. While it is unlikely that it will interfere with my divinations, I do feel like it definitely could interfere, and we wouldn't want any sort of interference if these tunnels are nearly as windy and confusing as they might look. It might interfere with some of my magics to be able to find out exactly where these rebels are."
Ophelia agrees and adds that trust is something that should be mutual, so if the guard captain doesn't want to trust us, she isn't sure why should we trust him and allow him to track us.
Well, if you're not trusting me, I can just go with you.
And
And
that would interfere.
that would be even worse, Captain. I mean, they know you. They know who you are. They'll spot you a mile away to be certain. They do not know us. And besides, as you said, you want this to stop. We can make it stop instantly, but if you try and make an approach that is not, shall we say, diplomatic enough, it could just turn this rebellion into an all out civil war. It'd be best if we can just lay this low, would it not?
Well, I do think that the civil war is better avoided by crushing everything that would spark a civil war. Then there's nobody to fight a war.
And Gelded
Uh,
would speak back up. "Ah, well, it should also be noted that while you have said we are supposedly your reinforcements, and I do appreciate working with us in the sense of, working together to achieve a common goal, our instructions from the guard captain was not specifically as your reinforcements, but as people who are here independent to see exactly what is going on. We need to take our own path, and if you can play the bad cop to our good cop, that might be the best of all possible results. We need you here to be the threat that we can use to get these rebels to really come to the table and be reasonable.
The captain is going to look you up and down and say, so you're saying that you didn't come here as reinforcements, as opposite of what was told me.
So, Gelded's Gelded is trying to make a point, because the captain that sent us here didn't call us reinforcements. So he's making the point of the mission, and the thing that they were told was not to be your reinforcements. We were here to give you aid, which is different and something that he needs to make. He's making a point of saying.
I'm not sure if I was clear, but I think that the point that the mission told you specifically to report to this captain.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I missed that as well.
It might have been my fault. I might have forgotten, honestly.
Oh. Well, if that's the case, then I wouldn't have gone down this whole line of stuff, because I thought we were here to figure out what's going on with the rebels, and I didn't know this captain's name, or I didn't hear this captain's name or this captain mentioned until we got to the town.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, same thing.
I do remember. Yeah, like Ophelia said, I do remember that the one that sent us to try and stop this when it's minimal bloodshed, but if bloodshed was necessary, to do so. But he never told us that we have to work with the company that was here in this area.
I was actually under the superiors or the guard captain here.
Sorry, you got interrupted by beep.
Got interrupted by what?
By a beep. So can you say that again?
I was actually under the impression that we're supposed to be superiors to this guy over here.
That is not a thing, but you got the feeling as you were speaking to Izawa that he wanted you to keep an eye on what these guys are doing, basically.
So if that is the case, then Gelded will continue along the same line of reasoning. The only thing that's going to change is that he's using bluff rather than diplomacy, saying that they are here to help, they are here to give aid. However, this group is used to working together as a team to get these missions accomplished, and just like any group of intelligent fighters or intelligence people, that you work with your own operatives and you do things in your own way, and the Crown has given us quite a bit of freedom to make sure that this is done in our way, and we feel the best way to do this would be to use the information that we attained for ourselves to further the way that we prefer to do this. And it would, if you'd like to go and get the same sort of information with the same resources, you're welcome to do so, but kind of making sure that there's a divide between the two of them, but that we are trying to work together.
Very well. The captain is going to tell you. I understand your position then. I will agree to you going forward as scouts of a sort. I will be assembling what I need to mount an attack on the rebels in case you fail. I will be getting ready to assault on the tunnel, so if things get ugly, just get ready for it. You have limited time and resources, gentlemen. Good luck.
So he'll kind of sit there for a second and go, Captain, I assume when you do this, you're going to make all of your movements very overt. I know normal intelligence agencies and protocols, you try to get in quick and quiet, but if we are going to be using you as a means of intimidating the rebels, it is much more beneficial to our cause to be able to have something obvious that we can see. Even if it is not your main force, having something we can show as an obvious threat would be quite helpful for us.
I'd rather have the obvious threat nearby, and as I said, I'm doing my best to cooperate with you, gentlemen.
So I don't know if I'm saying this very well, but I think Gelded could get the point across quite well. Is even if it isn't really a threat, like rather than saying
no. The card captain understands you, and with the insight on your part, you can tell that. Yeah, you're saying that, but I'm gonna do my own thing. Is basically what's going through his mind.
Okay, seeing that, Isn't gonna intervene a little bit and remind them, Captain, I do understand You have your way, we have ours. But let me remind you that we are working for the crown, and part of the job was to view the state at which we are. So it would be very, very bad if when we go back to give our reports, which we must give, that we tell them that bloodshed was increased unnecessarily by, shall we say, quick actions instead of effective measures.
Yes, yes. Did you get all your threats across? Yes? Good. Then you are still on a ticking time, gentlemen. I suggest you hurry.
Let's go.
Let's be off then.
Clustered together. Not
Alright, guys. You won't need a skill challenge to go through this because you already do pretty much know the know the location of the place, and you don't need to go through the forest and find your way through.
for long. Someone's actually working to take them away from us right now. Also, look at this lazily decorated Christmas tree right here. It's like someone was just standing on the ground and threw the lights over. Now what? That was actually really fun. It was sort of like a mini game of domination or capture the flag or king of the hill or whatever game mode you want to call it, which would be something interesting if Niantic implemented something like that, like sort of game modes where there's timers on the gym and say within an hour, or this could make a good event. For an hour, every gym has a timer on it, and whichever team controls it for the most time out of that hour wins. Or in the case of these gyms, there's 4 gyms with 4 timers, and whichever team controls the most gyms for the most amount of time wins. Think about it. Now that I'm home, I realize that that sounds almost exactly like Ingress, which honestly doesn't make it any less fun, and makes it a little bit more realistic because Niantic should know exactly how to implement a system like that. Did you know you can get hot wintermelon too? It's just as good. Today's giveaway is going to be this shirt, which was wrapped up. The top comments on that video with the challenges, so here they are. Reversal with the ghost chili pepper, not gonna happen. Take down a level 10 gym with only Pidgey and Rattata. I can tell you right now that will actually be impossible. There's no way that you could beat a level 10 gym. I can tell you right now that that is actually impossible. There's no way that 2 people alone could beat 1 level 30 Pokemon in a gym with any number of Pidgey and Rattata. I can tell you right now that that would be impossible for me and Cassie to do alone. If I could put together maybe 10 or 15 people, we could probably beat a level 10 gym 1 Pokemon at a time. But with the time limit, there's no way that 6 Pidgeys and 6 Rattatas are going to get through anything like a Snorlax, a Rhydon, a Golem. But I'll try. I'll see how far I can get. Propose to Cassie, I already explained why that's a terrible idea. Let Chance run your channel for a week. And then right below that, allow Chance to host an episode. Now, it's a little after 8 o'clock, and this will be the earliest that I've started editing in a long time. I'm pretty tired already, so I'm looking forward to getting this done. And with the sound of that rain outside, it just makes me want to go to sleep even more. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Minutes away.
5 minutes? Oh, yeah, we should totally take a short rest. I highly doubt that 5 minutes will make that much of a difference.
Gelded,
I don't
while
know.
you were away, it seems like the consensus is that instead of going through the forest quickly, they should try to go stealthily.
Okay.
No objections, I imagine, so...
I guess we wouldn't take a short rest because 5 minutes is actually a boatload of time, and with those impatient guards behind us, it might be a really bad idea.
All right then.
Oh yeah, I'll just roll myself and hope for the best.
So who's the
What's everybody's bonus to stealth?
5.
I have plus 15.
Okay, then you're definitely the best.
Yeah. Everybody else, roll me stealth. Go, go, go.
That was a misclick, sorry.
Wisdom helps the party not be stealthy at all.
Couldn't Easton do a nature since he's a shaman and all that?
Wait. I'm gonna use speak with the spirit with that.
I can tell you that with that check, it won't matter. Yeah, it's an overall success. You guys move through the forest at a reasonably slow pace because it's still a forest and you're still trying to move stealthily around it while covering your tracks and getting out of sight. But you managed to do a pretty good job. You don't think you were followed personally, at least. But you do know that the guards had the same map you guys have, so.
So we head through.
You head through.
Yep.
You'll eventually reach. Oh, I did not load this map. Give me a second to look through the archives. This one.
How much time does everyone have?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it here, that's a possibility, but we can also go on for a bit more.
Well, I'm just thinking that if we go on and we have another big thing or combat or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that we're gonna probably call it before combat.
Yeah, so I didn't know if this might be a better stopping point because I know I pretty much should go before the top of the hour and head over to the hospital.
I
All
mean,
right.
that's okay with me. If you guys want to call it here, we'll just call it here.
Sure, I don't have any problem.
Any objections? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it seems like we have a consensus that we should go to sleep, and I appreciate it and I appreciate that, guys, actually, because I'm getting tired myself. So let's just get back to the games menu.